Meg disses when she dissed her on the Red Ruby the Sleeves with the I don't whatever that Christopher Reeves joint. Like, bro, this is not like, stop treating her like she new to this. Like, dog, that's what I guess that what was blowing me so bad. It was just like, bro, y'all trying to pick corny stuff, and it was just like, bro, she already smoked Meg with that Red Ruby the Sleeves. That I don't mess with horses since Christopher Reeve, bro. That's like one of the hardest lines I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, so you can't sit here like relax. Like, you can't try to sit here, let me revamp it or redo something else. Like, bro, stop being corny. Allow her to cook and really be able to get her stuff off for real, for real. But shout out to Nicki. I do like the project. I do wish she probably had more like rapidy rap type of situations. And I do think I get real quick. I would credit.
She did have a lot, but I mean, the songs was kind of short though.
Yeah, like what was the song?
Like the first couple of joints.
The first couple of joints she did come on. That Bobby Dangerous joint went crazy. She went crazy on there. The After Club up joint. I liked how she sampled the Walker joint, the beat joint. Yeah, so the first, what we saying, the first 3 songs, she was really rapping. But I guess my thing is where I don't feel like she can't get the honest criticism because people won't even really have a conversation because they just don't want to go back and forth with people who don't want to talk about music. You want to talk about, I'm talking about, I swear to God, was a dude who literally left, I'm talking about every stat in the world you could think of. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to have a conversation if you just want to throw out numbers. Because I don't care. Like, that doesn't justify the music.
You know what I'm kind of surprised she didn't do, or she don't really do? Like, she really don't do the heavy, like, New York rappers. Like the I guess like the OG type, because like even with that the joint where she used the Biggie beat.
What you saying? So who like, you saying like you surprised that she didn't put on?
I'm saying she don't use no, like, because it's the, I guess like the hip hop fit, like she don't use nobody, like, because the only people she uses like what, Drake, Wayne, and Future. Yeah, I'm trying to think, Wayne, whatever.
That was Drake, Wayne, Future, Uzi. Shout out to
Eminem. Like I said, I don't see. I'm saying she never used no other big time heavy hitters. I'm kind of surprised.
And I think, I guess realistically, matter of fact, we can kind of play. Let me play this. That clip that she had that I was talking about, where she was with Jess Hilarious, commented on it.
Important. Rap should sound like fucking rap. That's y'all fucking problem, and that's why all of the record labels are, not all, but some are scrambling so bad because they about to go fucking bankrupt. Because they was trying so bad to replace this one bitch. And when you water something down, you lose the quality, which then loses the investors and investments. Because it's not bringing back any profit. And that is why people who do not understand rap are judging rap. Why? It's because the same way y'all get.
All right, sorry, it's drug out and dramatic. But I guess my only pushback to her with that will be is, well, you co-sign rappers who people don't feel like they can rap. A lot of people feel that Ice Spice can't rap, and people feel like she only popping because she's light skinned and she pretty. Like, and so that necessarily, so it's just like you having that comment is kind of like, you don't got features with Rap City. You don't got features with Doshi, Flo Millie. None of, I can, if I really want to be petty, I can be getting my colorism back. And like, you don't got no songs with none of the Dawson girls who can really rap. You was the first person to jump on the Sexy Red song. So like, what are we talking about? So that's my whole point. But again, that's why I say she makes it so hard for people to actually be like, bro, I want to really root and support for you. One, because you and I kind of, as somebody who is a stand of a fan base that people don't dislike, but you can still have honest debate with LeBron fans. Like, LeBron fans are still basketball fans, and they still want to be of a certain age, so they still can sit here and argue with you about whatever they want to argue about you. It don't matter how they feel about LeBron, they can still argue about basketball. With Nicki, with the Bobs, it's just like, bro, they don't really know nothing about music. Like, I literally seen, as a matter of fact, when I say, like, one of the dudes who it's a gay dude, he got a popular YouTube page, but he only kind of talk in that space. And he was like, well, Nicki, why you doing a Rolling Loud for your tour date? And I'm like, well, I'm sure none of y'all, because I went to look in the comments, because y'all know I love to look at people's comments. And I seen people was like, oh, you slow down. She said she gonna add dates. I said, well, I'm sure none of y'all never threw a party before. Y'all don't know nothing about signing contracts. Let me give y'all some free game. No promoter is going to let a big name artist like Nicki Minaj double book if I book you for a show. So what that means is, if I book you for, or if Nicki is booked for a tour, Nicki wouldn't be able to do no live performances for. She can do an after party, so that's why when y'all see people do the Rolling Loud festivals and all that, yeah, they do after parties, but they can't do performances. Now, if it's somebody small on the bill, they 9 times I don't care. But we talking about the headliners, which Nicki Minaj is. She can't double book, so of course they're going. Yeah, that's going to be if she's booked for Rolling Loud, and if that and her tour is surrounded around that time frame, yeah, she's not going to be able to double back and do no other shows in LA because she's booked for the Rolling Loud one, and it is normally a 60. It's normally anywhere from a 60 to a 90-day window. It depends on who the promoter is, and this is Live Nation. So I'm sure. I mean, they might not even care because Rolling Loud is affiliated with Live Nation now, and Nicki Minaj tour is a Live Nation tour. But you can't. They're not going to allow it to happen. Why would I do that? Because some people, it's going. If I'm a Nicki fan, they want to capitalize. I'm surprised she even doing Capital One and doing Baltimore. I'm surprised it's just not Capital One because most time people don't. Hey, okay, well, y'all just gotta come one place. Like when Drake come here, he not going to Baltimore. No, all y'all going. I'll do 2 days at Capital One, but I'm not doing both. No, y'all just come here.
She not doing back to backs, right?
What you mean? I think I seen when I looked at the tour dates today. It was what was it?
I mean, maybe I should say back to back, but not 2 shows in one spot.
Oh no. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna say I was surprised, but I kind of was surprised that she was doing arena tours.
What would you think she would do?
I don't necessarily know because even and like I said, I don't want this to. I just want to have honest conversations. I feel like you won't hear any honest conversation about Nicki, but I don't necessarily even like her number. Like I seen 2 numbers. One was a 191, and which in that one to me is believable. It's Nicki Minaj, but then it was of course one that I guess where when they count all the bundles and stuff that she got going on and the old singles because for first week sales, I guess the way Billboard counted, I don't think they count in the old singles no more for the first week. So that it'll still go to total. So like after the first week, she already got 500,000. So because that means you got to think about it. She added old songs on it. That Freaky Girl song like a year old. Mm-hmm. So that song is on there.
Ruby,
so and the Ruby Red Sleeves, that's a year. Like I told you, that song is a year old. So almost close to a year. It was a year. But for whatever that Freaky Girls, that song is a year old. So realistically, that song. Yeah, it'll all that account for next week, but the first week initial sales are probably what people listen right now is like the 190, which is still not bad. That's still an amazing number compared to what everybody else would put out. But for the stature of where Nicki at, she probably would prefer, of course, the 500,000 than the 190 because the 500 put her still back in that same conversation with Drake.
But like we in a different era now.
Of course, but that comes from taking breaks too. And that comes from sometimes where it's isolating yourself, where it's like you want to try so hard to be the only girl. Like if you listen to that clip, it was just like, oh, who cares who can't rap? Like you think Drake don't care that Lil Uzi or none of them can't rap?
Oh, that Queen album, what was that?
It was like 5 years ago.
The Queen album?
Yeah.
For real?
Hell yeah, it was before the pandemic.
No shit.
I swear to God. You gotta think about it. I'm gonna tell you how you know it was so old. You gotta think about it. That was the jump. She did that interview for that with Joe and his original cast.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because you got to think about you think the pandemic was almost 3 years itself. So that was a minute ago. Yeah, like I said, just me. I don't have no complaints about the album. Like I said, it was cool. I like the joint. It wasn't nothing sitting here saying like. Again, like I said, I think the good thing for her is that she got
2018.
Yeah, so like I said, so she has a fan base.
Oh, but you know what I'm thinking of? That Beat Me Up Scotty that she.
Oh yeah, did she release the mixtape with those? But she only added 2 songs on there.
No, but that's what I'm thinking about. Like, damn, she did do something recently, but that was before.
Yeah, that was that John. And she added the 2 songs. But even just, I guess, like to me, like when I'm saying I'm looking for rapping, like that rapping on there. Like I'm not mad at her doing the jump with Drake, the dancey song. It makes sense. Of course, it's a hit. Like you cannot. To me, you can't be hard on Nicki.
It's not a hit right now, but later on, summertime, once it.
Yeah, I mean, if you like that type of music, I'm just me personally, I'm not a fan of that bag at all. Like, even if it's just Drake by himself, like, okay, that's cool, but I'm not about to sit here and be like, that's not about to be my go-to Drake that I would listen to. But I understand it. If we talk about the numbers game, okay, it's Drake, it makes sense. But to me, again, if I'm a Bob, focus on the everybody song because that's a non-Bob song. Like if you just like music and you actually, it's the holidays, you're gonna have drinks, you're gonna dance, you're gonna party with your family. TikTok is a big thing. Promoting any other song is just backwards from promoting your favorite artist. Just go with the song that just naturally everybody already like. There's no point of sitting here saying, I'm about to sit here and try to promote all this other stuff. Or I want to sit here, oh, she dissed this girl and nothing. But my thing is, you can't sit here and say, oh, she dissed this girl and it was quiet. Or look at it's quiet for Latto. It's not quiet for Latto. Latto had a hit record dissing Nicki Minaj, dog. What are you talking about? That was the biggest song during the summertime, during Memorial Day weekend, and when all the kids was graduating and going to prom, everybody and their mother was ripping me out the plastic. Like, that's my point of, like, you still, if we're gonna talk about music, let's have honest conversations about music. Don't be delusional, like, oh, my person can't never lose. Bro, she was getting smoked all summer long. What are you talking about? People was mad at Gotti because Gotti didn't jump on the song and go crazy because it was a diss song. So that's my only, I guess, like I said, that's my only thing. Like I said, if I'm evaluating the album, just my honest opinion from it, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it like a 7.5. Like, it was a solid, it was cool. Like, it was songs, don't get it twisted towards the end and some in the middle, it was too much singing for me, but
that's a Nicki album. Man.
Of course, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why you can't, that's what I'm saying. You cannot complain about it. And then my thing was, I was looking for the hip hop purists who would give Drake a hard time for that. If this was a Drake album, they would be killing him. But of course, like I said, that's the cool thing about having the Bobs. Nobody, if you got a real hip hop opinion, you're gonna skip that argument with them because they're gonna beat you every time.
It's kind of hard too.
But you know they will, because if they wasn't,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But I feel like, damn, it's kind of hard because I guess because Nicki has been doing the pop thing for a while now. But even with Drake, I feel like,
but she still don't have bigger songs than Drake, if we being honest. Like, if she do the pop thing, he do it way bigger though.
The pop songs, you think so?
Nigga, what song she got bigger than what's the joint? What's the joint that he had the stupid kiss? What's that? The kid? I mean, no, I bugs you. Bling Bling. Yeah, Hotline Bling. She don't got no song bigger than Hotline Bling. Or One Dance or any of them. Like, dog, let's be clear. Drake do that super pop. He getting that pop back. He go crazy. I mean, we call what was the charts thing? He had way more than her and Nicki combined. I mean, her and Wayne combined.
Oh, what the,
remember when they was a top 3 or whatever their thing was? What was it, top 5? And Drake was number 1, and hits? I think on top number ones or whatever hit Billboard hits or whatever the case may be. I can't remember the exact number what it was now, but it was Drake had him and her and Nicki. I mean, Wayne and Nicki. Drake's was double both of theirs together. I think Drake had like 60 something, and I think Nicki and Wayne had like one had like 20 something and 28 or something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but his jump was double compared to whatever they had. Like, bro, Drake is a real live pop star, and that's why he go to every city and do it twice, or go to New York and stay there for a whole week. Like, bro, he's ridiculous. But my point of what I'm saying is that's not no shade to her, but what he does, if he put out this same exact album and you take her off and put him on there, people would have complaints. Even just like, I mean, I think through the week she was adding verses to some of them short songs, because I think the Beep Beep song she added 50 Cent to it. So I think throughout the week she's supposed to be adding people different verses to those songs. So she do have different features that she, like I said, it was cool. That rollout, that Gag City thing, pause, like, yeah, that sounds super crazy. And I do think you do isolate a huge audience with that, even calling it Gag City. But dog, that was flat. Like, that was tight. Like, that whole little digital, like, it was basically like everything was pink. So it was like pink Oreos, pink, like the Spotify building was pink. It was like the Nike whatever factory was pink. Like, everything was pink. Like, whatever buildings is like in real life, these same exact buildings was like pink in this universe. So it was like one of those little AI things, like I said, which was cool. And like I said, the album, even if you're not a Nicki fan, I feel like, especially like that Everybody song, there's a song when you like, oh, cool. Or whatever type of song you like Nicki for, the same way like when we talking about Drake, you can find songs on there to be like, oh, this is a Nicki album. This is what a Nicki song sounds like. These is a hit record for Nicki Minaj. So it's like, I'm not mad at it. But again, like I said, if y'all haven't checked it out, check out the Pink Friday too. But that Everybody song, I'm not gonna hold you. I played that shit like 50, 60 times. That song just crank. And it's short. It gets to the point. Only thing I would say, if I was them little rappers from Philly, bro, I would be beefing with Uzi so bad. I just would be beefing because it's just like, dog.
Why?
Because the industry gonna feel like that's your song, that's your bag.
Okay.
It's not though. He ain't the one who originated it. That's not his. Like, you took it.
You're not the one originated, but what, you not bigger than me, so that's not my fault.
Yeah, but the difference is where it's like, no, of course, it's not your fault.
But see, that's just like you go back to when you say when the Migos wasn't back in the day when they had the people around them. If I got the right people around them, I'm involved with the culture, so I know what's. So you can't be mad at me.
But this, you can't be mad at it. But those people still are, even just a good point with your boy. Even with the Migos, some of them still had their moments where, of course, and this was when Twitter was Twitter, like, or when some of them started to go their separate ways. You would hear people complain, "Oh, I was the originator who originally invented dab and all that." Especially with dab, everybody and their mother was trying to throw little sneak shots on who originally originated. Yeah. Especially when Cam Newton ran with it, a lot of people were sitting here trying to make their little ways on sitting here saying who originated the dab and all that other stuff. So
You made it a high, what Jay-Z said?
Yeah, but you made it a high line, I made it a high song. So, I mean, you're absolutely right. And I guess since we mentioned Cam Newton, we can get right into it. And this is why I told you I was going to unfollow this young lady off the rip. Because she was just, I knew she was just going to get cornier by the minute with the pregnancy thing. Yeah, I can't do it, though. I'm going to play this clip and we can get into it.
I'm the third one, and this is his sixth child. Someone said, "Ooh, right? Couldn't have been me." All right, until the rich nigga put that pressure on you. I could never be with nobody. Okay, until $100 million start putting the pressure on you, you don't know what the fuck you'll be. Talking about what you'll never be, bitch. You ain't never had. Oh, you better than me? I am. What the hell? And I'm reading this shit. It's so funny because he was talking back at a couple of people. He was talking back at a couple of people in the comments too, which was great. I was like, yeah, man, get him. Can't nobody read your font, but get him, man. I don't know.
Hey, let me tell you something. One thing I love about social media is sometimes as men, we think certain things, but when black women think the same way we think, bro, they gonna take you to hell and they gonna take you all the way to hell and make sure that you catch the 4,000 degrees, whatever the Juvenile album was. So women did hear that, seen that clip, and they dragged her to hell, especially on Twitter. They was going crazy. And she even had to make a response video.
Why? Why did they drag her to hell?
Because people was just like, basically, you saying you're a prostitute. Like that, basically, on your excuse for why you were okay with being the baby mother to kid number. And I don't know how she keep erasing one of them kids unless that last kid wasn't his.
What else?
The one that he was supposed to recently had outside of the main kids he already had. Remember, he was recently supposed to have an outside kid.
Yeah, I forget about that one.
And he has an older son. It's supposed to be 7, so she keeps saying 6, and she supposed to be baby number 4. So she erasing one kid. So maybe that one kid that he was allegedly supposed to have, maybe they didn't count that. I don't necessarily know. It don't care. You about to have a 6th kid or 7th, whatever number it is ridiculous, dog. And you're just trying to justify it because he's rich. So basically, you're just saying, "Hey, I'm a prostitute." What are you talking about, dog? You making excuses because it's money. It don't have nothing to do with nothing.
But in today's society, what's that key word? Oh, once he put pressure, right? And that's what a lot of these women want now. Oh, I want him to put pressure on. Oh, I want this. I want that. You want that lifestyle. I'm pretty sure a lot of them would still do the same thing she doing. Yes, it's easy for you to kick a person because you see him like, oh, you see a monkey. Oh, yeah, I can make fun of. But when you doing the exact same thing.
I mean, listen to what I'm saying. I think for some people, but you got to think, it's still, don't get twisted. On social media, it's still a large group of women who don't conform to that.
Yeah, it is, but it's a lot of them that could.
No, it is a lot of them who do it. So guess what? The ones who are willing to do it, they're not gonna be the ones who on social media talking too much at all. You ain't going to see them. The ones who really on that living that prostitute life and I'm just chasing to do it with money. They really kind of stay out of the comment section. They don't really voice their opinion because they never know who's watching. So they kind of keep themselves out of a lot of these conversations. But for the large group of people who voice their opinions the most, guess what? They not living that life and they don't care about living that life. So basically what she tried to justify is that you're absolutely right. Hey, I wouldn't have did the same thing neither if he wasn't rich. So basically what you're telling me is, hey, you had a price. As long as this person could pay for whatever the case may be, you're okay with bro, who the hell want to be to 6 kids? For some people, there ain't enough money in the world for me to sit here and want to deal with 6 kids. It ain't mine.
All 6.
Why ain't you? She made her response videos. I just made a family for all me and all my bonus kids.
She's not dealing with them. Because you got to think about it, they have mothers too. Don't mean like
I hear you, but I've heard him speak enough. I'm only going off of what he said, Marcus. I'm literally regurgitating what he said. I still make sure I take care of all my kids. I'm a hands-on dad. I pick my kids up. I have all my kids under one roof. I'm not like Nick Cannon and I'm going jumping from here to here. No, we all here. You got to think about it. The majority of them got one mother. So yeah, what are you talking about? You can't sit here and pick up one out of those. It's 4 of them. So you can't pick up one of them and sit here and then what you gonna do? So regardless, even if, let's just say if you leave the other 2, she still got to deal with 4.
I don't think she's parenting all of them.
I'm telling you, she made her response video was, I was just made dinner for my bonus kids and we just went to go get ice cream and all this. Yeah, you can have that, sis. Shout outs to you for having a price. You just got a price. That's all you sitting here saying is, oh, because you wait until 100 millionaire apply pressure on you. So basically, you said you can be bought. And the reason why a lot of women was kicking her back in, of course, because y'all know I love to read the comments. They was like, she built her career on social media saying she would never be a baby mother.
Mm.
So standing on that favorite, you would never, and this and the third, hey, God got a funny way to sit here and show you, tell you a joke. You're a comedian, huh? I got a joke for you. And then some women was like, oh, well, you got it pregnant about 100 million and you sit here doing stand-up comedy in a hole in the wall. So like I said, trust, and this is me, I'm reading back what women were saying. That shade room comment, bro, that is not for the weak. You better bring your A game anytime you get on one of them jumps because they gonna drag you. And they have valid points because that is true. Like you sitting here you're on a stage in a hole in the wall, pregnant, doing an open mic. A lot of people looking at it like, bro, you still had to work. What's fire about what you think you telling us right now?
Okay.
Where most women will be like, if I get pregnant, I'm not working no more.
No, that is true.
Or if he really this rich and you feel like you that fire on the comedy, guess what we seen Kevin Hart do during the pandemic? He did a stand-up joke. He brought people into his crib and he did a Netflix joke.
I don't think she that.
But that's how she listen. No, she ain't that, and he ain't really that. And that's not no shade to Cam Newton, but that's the way she tried to explain it to. She tried to make it seem like it's that. So my whole point, that's why I'm saying that's the backlash what you get when you make conversations more about money than morals and principles. Mm-hmm. Because the way you trying to explain it on why you sit here and had this kid and why it was okay and you don't, whatever you say, it don't matter, all that you would never because he got a bag. So, okay, if he got that bag, then guess what you shouldn't still have to be doing? You doing lower than the chilling circuit. You're doing the chilling circuit. So you on your comedy road doing the chilling circuit where you not sitting here saying whatever the case may be. So, I mean, that's it. And like I said, shout out to the women in the shade room. Y'all forever hold me down. The things that I be thinking, y'all take it to hell. Let that load up. Everybody. Bah, 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 bah. Like, share, subscribe, YouTube. Y'all should know the drill by now. Everybody.
It's your girl Love Jack, tapping in from 617 up north Boston. Definitely had to reach out and tap in with my man CEO Mikey because this topic in particular, I could not resist weighing in on. Like, it was OD. In this clip that I'm talking about, right? 3 parties involved. A mother, a child, and another young adult. That's what we'll leave it at, right? In the clip, you started off by seeing a dude dancing with a lady in a green dress. He has a camera. They're in the setting. They all formally dress. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Lady in a green dress, backing it up, twerking on him. Dude, he damn near can't even catch it. He like, hold on, I got to plant my feet. He ready to pass the camera off so he can really get busy with this lady on the dance floor.
Shout out to Love Jack.
Not even 10 seconds into the clip, you see a little boy run up and pretty much push dude out the way like, yo, chill, this my mom's. Get up off my mom's. Camera pans back to dude. Yo, chill, little bro. I ain't know it was your mom's. My fault. While all this is going on, the mom's, she done sat down. She laughing. It's other women that are around her age They laughing, enjoying the, the party, the scenery, whatever the case may be. And the camera pans back to the little boy, and he's still visibly distraught. The dude that was recording tried to reach out, give him a dap. He pretty much swatted his hand like, I ain't jacking at you. Was just twerking with my moms. As I said, he's a little boy, so he doesn't really have control over his emotions. All this is happening on camera. He pretty much gets to the point where he's at the brink of tears. Now, this happens literally all in about what? 35-second clip. Had to go on Twitter, see how everybody else was weighing in on it. Oh, what's wrong with y'all? Moms can't have fun. They can't party. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Miss Ma'am, you can do whatever the hell you want to do in your spare time. Growing up, as a kid, everybody used to make fun of me. Oh, you an African booty scratcher, this, that, and the third. I'm not going to lie. It's starting to sound real good, and I'm glad that's what I grew up as. Because I'd be damned if I was at a party in my young age and I saw my mom's bent over, twerking, shaking ass on some random dude. I'm not understanding. I feel like this new generation of parents, y'all suck. Where's your decorum? I ain't saying that you can't have fun, do whatever you want in your personal time. But when you know your kids is within earshot, eye shot, behave yourself in a respectable manner. You feel me? You went to a bad kid's prom. That means you knew you was going to be surrounded by nothing but children and content creators. After a few drinks, it was in your mind. The best decision that you can make was, let me start shaking ass on a dude that comes over here recording with a whole camera. The internet's worse than a burn book. Once it's up, it's stuck. It's not disappearing. It's not going nowhere. And then to make matters worse, in the video, the dude that was getting twerked on reached out to little homie like, oh, my bad. I ain't know that was your mom's. If he was truly sincere, it would have been left right there. Exactly. But now what he do? Turn around, upload it for content, threw it up on YouTube for numbers, right? So now, not only do you got your son feeling a type of way in the moment, you done exposed them. The whole internet can weigh in on it, and they're going to ridicule you as a mother, and rightfully so. Do whatever the hell you want and get spare time, but have some respect for your kids. And I'm not jacking at, oh, mama got to have a life too. Yeah, put them kids to bed and do what you want, but don't do what you doing right in front of them. The internet's a spooky place, yo, and it's just wild that people are really trying to stick up for this type of behavior. Everybody got parents. Our parents, what? If you lucky in their 60s, late 50s, they might have been acting a fucking fool, but you was never there to see it. I feel like tradition's just getting lost and washed in the way. And still going back to my original point, everything is meant for content now. She ain't even know it, but she done turned her son into a demon. That's a villain in the making. Emotional damage at its finest. One of two things is going to happen now. Either he going to grow up thinking women don't need to be respected, or he going to grow up thinking that he always got to save them. All jokes and wreck aside, when she saw her son visibly distraught, not once did she stand up to reach out, hold him, console him, let him know, pull him off to the side, give him a pep talk, anything. And to me, that's the saddest tragedy of it all. You so worried about pushing it off, invalidating your son's feelings. It's not that serious. Yeah, it might not be to you, but it was to him. So what's the moral of the story? Y'all got to do better, man. Figure out if y'all want to be hot girls or y'all want to be moms. Because there ain't no room for both. It ain't. God bless, man.
Podcast.
Shout out to Love Jack. If y'all don't know who Love Jack is, I don't know how many episodes that was ago, but sometime this year and some episodes last year, you can go check out Love Jack. One of my favorite voices just in podcasting in general. She pretty much summed it up, and I told y'all this a million times. I stand firmly and agree with her. Bro, that's a hard line to teeter. I'm not saying that you can't, but that wasn't to be a hot girl and be a mom, bro. I'm just old enough from the cool thing about having older parents. I never in my life, I don't even have to imagine it. Can't. I don't think I'd probably see my mom do the electric slide. That's about as far as you getting, brother. So I can't. I'm sorry. Like I'm happy that I cannot sit here and even further to imagine it, but I'm sure the younger parents become, that is going to be some reality. And what she said is, I can just imagine that little boy, like you said, he still got to go back to school. He was young. He looked like he might be like at the max, like 6 or 7, the 7th grade.
I'm confused though, Because like when I saw it was like prom. I'm like, but prom now?
But so which I guess from the information that Love Jack just said, I guess it was from a behavior school. So with behavior schools, I don't necessarily know if everybody graduated at the same time, the age groups be mixed up. That's why I was kind of like, damn, was she even freak? Because the dude that was recording, John, he looked young. So I was just like, don't she a student?
You see that ball spot in the back of his head?
Maybe I ain't see that part there. So maybe he might have been a teacher, but he just didn't look old though. She looked older than him, so I really couldn't tell. But I guess, of course, the little boy looked like he was the youngest person there. So I don't necessarily know, what I'm saying, exactly what it was, but it was just like, bro, that's a lot because people gonna clown him forever, and eventually he gonna, like she said, he gonna eventually knock somebody ass out. Oh, that's why your mom was such and such freaking and shit. But he's gonna pop somebody. You see how he was bold enough to sit here. This dude was twice his size. He was bold enough to break that up. Like, nigga, get off my mother. So what do you think he going to do if it's somebody smaller than him trying to tease him about this situation? Oh, you crazy. We even knock somebody smack out.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So it make it rough.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how. Because I'm just like prom. And then you got a camera in there. Like, I don't get all that.
But even just like I said, minus the prom thing, it's just still the whole point of like, what's so crazy? I don't have to get into Rap-ish, but that kind of even played on that last episode of Rap-ish where it was kind of like, Shorty, Mia, she wasn't that comfortable watching her mom really work her mojo in front of her. Like her mother was trying to get a free drink out of an old dude, and she was kind of like, she was still like, nah, get away from us. Like, what are you doing? But it was just like, that's just, and you can't be mad at, you know what I'm saying? Like her mother was trying to explain, like, no, this is me. This is who I am. I'm cool with who I am. Like, so it just, I don't know, bro. That line is just, it's such a dangerous line to play. And I think realistically for so many people, nobody never wants, and that's why I said, again, when we talk about even with the, I forgot the girl to watch Jazzy, that whole situation, why I do be happy sometimes women speak up on certain topics, because you can't, because if women are not loud enough and speak up for some of these type of topics, it'll almost make you think all women are cool with it. And then for the men on the outside looking in, it gets discouraging. Because it's just like, damn, if because what you were just saying originally when you were saying, well, most of the women now are pushing that, oh, is he applying pressure? Do he got money? This and the third. So for you, and you're a man, and you don't even be on social media as much as I be on there, or as much as other people be on there. So you realistically, if you can peep that from a smaller view or a smaller portion of it, imagine how people who they engage in social media all the time, and if you don't see other women speaking up on certain things like this behavior is ridiculous, then it make you kind of be like, oh, damn, this y'all think this is cool? And some people do think it's cool because guess what? Y'all looking at it like, okay, this is a little prom thing, so this kind of make it blurry, but it don't make it no different from when I seen girls making the cell phone challenge and their kids was right there beside them. Or everybody that seen the twerking video with a girl with a kid beside it. Or somewhere in the video, like, and they trying to hurry up and catch themselves. Oh, I can't have no fun because you always go to bed. Like you see, if you've been on social media enough, especially if you be on there late night, you will see just little stupid stuff like that. So, like I said, it is a very small line to teeter on how much fun you still trying to have as a mom, or not even just a mom, a dad, whoever the case. I think dads probably have a little bit more leniency to it. I think they don't kind of. I don't necessarily know if a dad would do this. And so I guess it's kind of a conversation you only can have with a mom. And I don't necessarily know why dudes won't do it, because I don't know. Maybe because I guess, conscious of, I honestly don't know, but I can't see a dude trying to freak a girl in front of his kid. It don't matter if it's his son or his daughter. I just don't see it happening. Probably outside of Boosie.
If my kid is of age, but my younger, hell no.
But like, what age though? What age would you feel comfortable with?
If we're out, like if you're able to go to the club with me,
that's different. That's different. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Where else would you be where you're trying to freak a girl where your kid is around?
Maybe like a joint cookout. I don't know.
I don't know what kind of cookouts.
You got that, but you're that okay? Because one, we didn't had this conversation before. Both of us are kind of more homebodies to that extent, where we go to home cookout, like family cookouts. We don't just go to like random people, because we talked about it. Even just for your personal safety, I'm not just going to random, because there ain't nobody there searching people who coming into this cookout.
Yeah, but my kid did too. That's what I'm saying.
That's I hear what you're saying, but people, you got to think about it.
No, I get
people take their kids to random cookouts.
Yeah, I get that.
So I can see where that we can make that scenario where it can happen at a random cookout.
Yeah, that's.
But like we ain't gotta stay on that situation too longer. We can go into. I do want to go into what's this boy name? Ed Gordon. I would call him Ed Gordon. What's his name? Aaron Gordon. Oh man, I got we got to play this one. You got to give me your thoughts on this one. Aaron Gordon.
Ties in with her.
With who?
The shorty you just played.
With the jazzy jump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With this girl one time, I forget where we were going. Might have been in like Chicago or something like that. We were just sitting at the bar waiting for our table.
I swear to God, I hate when people play these music, but like this music does nothing.
Because I don't think it's the original.
You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You feel me? I was like,
you can't really hear because the music they be trying to like. I hate when they do that, dog. Like the music is not going to help you get more views. The music is not going to make the video no cooler. It's not going to do nothing, dog. Just let the record. If the audio is clear, let the audio play. So anyway, Aaron Gordon basically said he went out on a date with this girl from Chicago one time, or he think he was in Chicago. I don't necessarily know she was from Chicago, but he was going on a date with her. They was sitting at the bar. And I don't necessarily know how he seen her phone, but basically he saw her phone and what her last thing in her search engine on her, like if you go on Google and you search something, was Aaron Gordon's net worth. And of course, and that was a turn. Just and that's one of the scariest things.
But you can't be mad because of the situation you are in. You put yourself in that situation. It's not like somebody, I'm pretty sure that was a random. It's not like something that you've been talking to for a while, because if that's the case, you would have been did that research.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure it's something random that you fell into or whatever. We go out, cool. I see it because the nigga 6'9" or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty sure you can see over her if y'all sitting at the bar. And I'm pretty sure anytime when you go in your Google search, all your shit come up. If you don't clear it out, all your shit come up, whatever you search.
Yeah, but I wonder so I guess my thing is, I wonder did she, because I understand for him why he would be upset, because he ain't one of them flashy type of dudes. Like Aaron Gordon kind of like,
shit, me? What you mean you're not that flashy?
No, when you think of flashy basketball,
nigga, you bought a chain of you dunking.
But that's just somebody, that's just bad money management. But the chain wasn't even tight though. Like, come on though, that's what I'm saying. No, because you know what the picture of the chain was, but if I'm comparing like chains to like rapper chains, that chain was just like middle of the mallish, especially for Aaron Gordon to be rich. Like that chain wasn't like, dog, trust it wasn't like Aaron Gordon reached out to like, let me go reach out to Lil Uzi and get Uzi to get me this same exact chain made, or who he go to. Like this was somebody like Aaron Gordon. Just to me, every time I see Aaron Gordon, he just looked like that. He looked like he go surfboarding or something. Like even in this video, like I don't think of Ed Gordon. I keep calling him Ed Gordon. I don't know why. Aaron Gordon. I don't look at him like Kyle Kuzma or James Harden or one of these type of like out and about, or even PJ Tucker. Like PJ,
are you saying he's more of a calm?
Like he just laid back. Like you got to think, if you're not a huge basketball fan, or if you missed that, like you got to think about, he had his All-Star run for like 2 years, just dunk contest. If you're not a real like live basketball fan, you don't know who he is. Even if you see him, he don't necessarily look like, he might look like he realistically could be a linebacker or something, or a free safety or something. He don't necessarily look like, I don't know, just to me personally. So I can imagine for him that somebody looking that up will kind of, it'll make you feel a little bit more different. Like if James Harden said, I think James Harden wouldn't care.
And that's why I say I feel like you put yourself in that situation. Because let's like
I'm trying to get some cheeks.
All right, you trying to get some cheeks. So then why are you mad she searched it up?
Because let's be real, because we still men and we still have ego and feel like I can still pull women because I'm me.
Yeah, you can still pull women because you, but at the end of the day, I'm talking to you. You're a basketball player. I need to see what I'm dealing with, nigga. You acting like bitches don't get finesse. How many niggas in this city walk around? Oh yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you the finesse that used to be, and the crazy thing is, other dudes used to eat other dudes up. Yeah, I swear, you took it right out of my mouth. I swear to God, it used to be dudes. And shout outs to Dwight, because Dwight used to be one of the main people. Oh man, he play overseas, he getting money. And this when we was outside hustling and everything. So he used to just blow me. I'm like, dog, I don't care about him playing overseas. I got money right here in my pocket. What are you talking about? And now when you get older, that money that you thought was something, bro, that's not no bread for real. That's the same. You just get it in a short period of time. But they wasn't getting Brittany Griner bread. These niggas get like 60, 80,000. People go to work and still get that. You just get it in a 3-month window.
Only for a couple of games, you know.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. You get it in a smaller window, and it's not taxed as much. But still, I'm talking. But that's lets you know how long ago that was. Because talking about like that still ain't really nothing to brag about. Like, and especially now, of course, the times have passed now, so we having this conversation in 2023 where this was a hot topic in 2003. So it's different, but still, it's just like that used to be the line. Dudes who used to play overseas used to be able to get away with armed robbery because women probably would never know, but other dudes is gassing it up to make it seem like it's something special. So realistically, oh yeah, he play overseas, he play ball overseas. A lot of dudes who used to play ball overseas was getting cheeks because other dudes was taking them to pound, like they was geeking. Other dudes was more on your nuts and glazing you up because you played overseas than the women was. And that's what made women like, oh, he played overseas, then cool. All of this nigga right here all on his, so obviously he must be something. Let me go ahead and see what's up. So like I said, I'm not mad at Aaron Gordon for feeling some type of way because like I said, I don't think of Aaron Gordon as that type of dude.
But did he leave? I'm pretty sure he's seen it through.
It probably depends on how bad she is.
I'm sure he's seen it through. You just knew you had to put a condom on. Shit.
It probably depends on how bad she is.
Oh my God. He played with fire like a motherfucker.
No, I'm not putting the rub on for sure.
Oh,
I'm just saying. I'm talking about if I would see it through
Bro.
or how long. Even let's just sit here and say, oh no. You can't play like that. Hell no, you can't play like no. Hell no, you can't play like that. You can't. When you in the NBA, you better not play like that at all. And real quick, I guess why we talking about money and we talking about sports. What's the young? I don't want to call him out. I don't know what his race is or ethnic background, but what is it? Shahi Osani or whatever his name is. He got signed to the Dodgers for $700 million. You can just call him $700. It's Shohei Osani.
They call him the Beirut Jr. or whatever.
I don't know what you call him, but
because I think he pitched and he be hitting the ball.
Yeah, I don't know.
They say like he's the next Beirut. I know you're talking about.
For people who don't know who we're talking about, I don't know if y'all may remember a couple of maybe like 2 years ago, Stephen A. Smith got in trouble for saying that he couldn't be the face of baseball because he wasn't American, he wasn't white. And ESPN gave Stephen A. like a 2-week punishment or something for saying that. And which realistically, if we keep it in the bucks, Stephen A. wasn't lying, but he just can't say it on ESPN. And $700 million.
You can't say it in America.
What you can't?
I don't think you get that off.
Okay,
no way to cover sports. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you
you might be able to get away with it at Fox Sports. Because they be
still don't think you get away with it. If you're covering sports and it's on TV, I don't think you can get away with it. Anything else, talking wise, yeah, you probably could. But actual sports, because you got to think about it. I'm covering sports, so for me to sit here and say that,
but what he said though, was it? If we being honest,
no, it's not.
It's
wrong.
It's not. No, it's wrong, but it's not
wrong.
A lie.
But then I don't. But see, even in baseball, I don't feel like anybody or any good athlete, you know what I'm saying? Like they just natural born. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess whatever the little dude from New York, Jug or whatever his name.
I don't know none of these. I don't even know what their race is. Guess what? No, one sport y'all can sit here and tell me I don't watch it or nothing about. Like it's baseball.
Yeah, cool foreigners and Cubans and
yeah,
stuff
that's
like that.
now. But I think realistically, what Stephen A. was trying to say, and then we can move on to something else. What he was basically trying to say is, and especially I'm sure if any of y'all from other cities and y'all go past even if you don't go to baseball games,
pretty much like saying Yao Ming would be the face of the NBA, pretty much.
Nah, I think it's a little bit different because I think people may accept that a little bit more. And you might be absolutely right. I don't necessarily know how Americans.
If you said that right now, you would not. That would not be acceptable. That would still get frowned upon.
No. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to think of not. I'm not talking about saying it. I'm talking about, but just would we accept it? Because I'm just talking about non-American athletes being the face of a league. Because I think people kind of
y'all won't even accept Joker being.
But no, but I think Joker is just because Joker don't have no swag at all. Like he just looked.
So you saying if that was,
I think people. No. I'm not saying. I'm not saying Yao Ming. I'm gonna bring it even to modern day. Giannis. I think people are okay with Giannis if Giannis. If nobody give no real pushback when people say Giannis is the best player in the NBA.
Right, and nobody would give you pushback if you said he was the face of the NBA. But I think
because he has some type of personality, even though if you listen to him speak, his English ain't the greatest. Like I think, but it's still he know how. One thing about Giannis, he knows. He kind of studied comedy because he know he know he don't speak English clean, but he know where to throw in a comedic joke in something. Like he know how to get. He got them dad jokes. He know how to get people in the same way with Joel Embiid. Both of them know how to lean into the funny joke. You got to think about it for a minute. Joel Embiid was just a troll on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Remember that whole little situation with him and Rihanna on Twitter? Like so that's what I'm saying. I think people are okay with it if they can find some similarity where I guess they feel like they can relate to you a little bit. So that's what I'm saying. When I'm thinking of non-American athletes, the people are okay with. If you say, okay, well, yeah, this could be the face of the league. Like, I don't think
But
like
he like that though.
of course he gets $700 million. Obviously, he like that. But I'm just thinking, I think Stephen A, because he's been around sports way longer than most of us have been born, I think he understands when you go to a baseball game, 90% of the people in there are white Americans. A lot of corporate companies, especially even here in the DMV for the Nats games, a lot of them just buy the big the government corporations or whatever. They just buy them for just, hey, give these to our employees during the summertime for clients. Oh yeah, here we got free tickets, and the tickets is dirt cheap. But but a lot of white people go to those games just for dates. Like, oh, it's a cheap $10. The hot dogs cost more than the tickets to get into the game. So I understand where he was coming from, but it's just like it's just certain things you can't say. And he probably just forgot, hey, I'm on TV. It's something that you can say amongst your family members at a cookout, but you can't see it and say it on national TV. Even if it's true, you still some things you can't say. But again, shout out to Slim for getting $700 million. That's a lot.
My question to you: where do you draw the line? If you being an owner, where do you think you draw the line at? Like, nah,
money wise,
yeah, because it's coming out your pocket. Like, what?
I mean, one, it's not coming out your pocket at that moment, but then it's two, it's probably looking at it like, if I can get, I don't know, because of course I'm not huge on baseball, but I'm sure.
Maybe we can take the basketball.
But you can take it to basketball. But if let's just sit here and say, I think that's why they okay with trying to make, like, let's say if it was a Chinese player that was fire as Steph or even fire as the Joker. Now let's say Steph, because look how bad they eat, dog. When Steph go to fucking China, they lose their mind for him. So of course I understand where it's like, business wise, it's like, damn, if I can get one of these dudes who can kind of trickle down in America, and I can get their country on lock as well, and in the countries around it, of course, hell yeah, why would I not? Because you printing money. Because they're gonna stay up and watch these games. Because I think about a perfect example, just even when we talking about with the Joker. Look at them people was standing when Denver was making it late in the playoffs, and them games was coming on. Them games was coming on in their country at 3 a.m. And they were standing up, and the whole entire country was standing up watching him play in the NBA Finals. And matter of fact, it was probably the conference finals because the games was later, because during the finals, they kind of try to, be more accommodating with the time frame. But during the conference finals, when them games, they were standing up watching him play. So you got to think about it. So if we looking at it that wise, I don't necessarily know if I could put a cap on it. And if I can get one of y'all to actually speak some English and sell some American products, I really wouldn't care. Like, if I can find one of you, a foreign player who can speak English and he can do some endorsements,
that shit's still scary.
Think about how fire Luka is and the Joker. Neither one of them can't really get no commercials because it's just like they really don't like Luka. English is crazy, and he be talking, and it's so crazy that Luka is one of the people. Like, if you ever listen to Luka do interviews after a game, like, he can barely, like, his English is like, it's tolerable, but it's not nothing that nobody running to give him commercials. And he got the personality for it, and he got the bravado, the swag, and everything for it. But it's just like, look how many people still don't run to get him a commercial. So it's just be like, yeah, I don't know. If I got one of them players, if I'm an owner, I wouldn't care. I'm sure they know business. For you to, especially if you own a baseball team, and that's $1 billion business. Well, most American sports are $1 billion businesses, but for you to be comfortable enough to sit here and say 10 years, $700 million. And let's be clear, for some of the people, that number seems a little bit more outrageous. And that's how I know a lot of people just don't be into sports for real, because it's like, one of those Patrick Mahomes contracts gonna be close to it. No, it's guaranteed, but still, some of these newer contracts for some of them, like, I think Russ was, or what was that? Is James Harden? Well, somebody in the NBA already right now getting $60 million this year. I think I can't remember who it is.
Dame Lillard.
60 this year, right? Oh, Aaron Rodgers just got 60 this year. So that's my point. So I
think Dame start next year.
But Aaron Rodgers for the Jets this year got paid $60 million. So it's just like, it's that. Of course, it sounds crazy because it's for 10 years. That's just like when they announced Patrick Mahomes, John. It was supposed to be for $500 million. Patrick Mahomes was 10 years for $500 million, but they stretched it out. And like you said, all of it ain't guaranteed. Like, I want to say Patrick Mahomes, like maybe 80% of his, John, or 75% of it was guaranteed, but all of it wasn't guaranteed. So it's just like, with all that being said, it's just still, to be honest, if you can move the product, I'll do it. Or if I feel like you can help me get a bigger audience. And I think a lot of American sports owners now are looking at that soccer money, and they just like, damn, I gotta give me one of these foreign players who can translate that money over to America. Because my team is gonna be my team. Like, people gonna still be diehard fans. Like, Lakers fans gonna be Lakers fans. But if I can go find me a foreign player to put on this Lakers jersey, we out of here. And shout out to the NBA for that Wemby situation is look nastier than a bus. I don't even want to talk about how bad that's looking right now. They don't even talk about Wemby no more. That conversation, it got so bad. I seen the joke today when it said between the Spurs, it was the last. Oh, how many games was it? Did I send it to y'all? I want to say they said the last. How many games was it? Was it 40? Yeah, out of the last 48 games between the Spurs, the Pistons, and the Wizards, they are 1-48, and the Pistons and the Wizards played each other out of that one win. You think about, dog, listen to it, and like I said, I'm sorry, we can get into some other topics, but dog, just think about how bad they was dragging that Wemby situation all summer long. This gonna be the greatest sports athlete, the biggest hype since LeBron James, and this, that, and the third. He gonna be a transcendent player. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't necessarily know who, but y'all all got Google LeBron James rookie year. It ain't, bro. Don't ever stop disrespecting LeBron, bro. Like, stop. Y'all try to do it with Zion. Y'all try to do it with Wemby. Like, cut it out. That might be a jinx. Trying to compare somebody and say they're gonna be bigger than LeBron James. Maybe a jinx, because those are some huge shoes to fill, and I do feel for Bronny, because even shout outs to Bronny, he did get to play in his first game at USC yesterday after missing the first 8 games of the season, of course, because he did have that the heart issue. But I was just looking at it, and J-Bo sent it to me, and I was just like, I'm watching the clips, I'm just watching how, like, USC ain't had no games. They've been like the girl she been cooking. The Juju, the one I talked about last week, she been cooking. It's been more conversation about her than that USC men's basketball game. But how many people showed up to that game because Bronny was playing, LeBron was there. And
you saw the ticket prices?
Nah, I ain't even.
I sent it to you.
You did? Oh, I probably just didn't. I ain't see it.
That shit was ridiculous.
So, but that's my whole point. So what I'm saying,
the cheapest was like 20,000
for a college basketball game.
Yes.
So that's my whole.
I think that was like the cheapest, I thought.
So listen to what I'm saying, Marcus. So that's my whole point of, though, I don't like everybody who say you want to be a star, you want to be a celebrity. Or though I'm just looking at them, bro. Them shoes are too big to sit here and try to fill, dog. Like, you got LeBron is playing in year 21 and just still playing out of his mind, dog. That is such a hard. Like, I just be thinking it for, like, dog, I'm sure sometimes in Bronny mind, he just be like, bro, I just want to play basketball. Like, this extra sauce and the extra. Oh, my dad at the game, and
that was Ticketmaster.
So for Bronny James, Vivid Seats 50. What is this? What was it? StubHub was 49. Ticketmaster was 20,000. And whatever this, what's this? Viva Seats or Vita Seats? I guess it's another one of those second market ticket sales. Theirs was $56,393. StubHub was 49,000, basically 50,000. And Ticketmaster, I guess, was 20,000. Like, bro, that's ridiculous for a college basketball game. And the ticket price, and I'm talking about for a team. Listen to what I'm saying. For a team that nobody is talking about before this game, I don't even know if they lost that game. But that's my whole point. Is just like, bro, that's a lot of hype for a kid, though. I don't care what nobody says.
But Michael, even with that, I mean, I get it. You gonna overprice it, but even looking at the seats, I'm like, shit. LeBron and them took up the whole goddamn one side of the with that row.
Yeah, because he be going to the game super deep. Like,
everybody named Mother was with him that day.
That's my point. So it's
Moms,
just
pops, uncles,
exactly,
TT,
exactly. All his management staff, security guards. Like, yeah, that's a lot, dog. I'm not gonna hold you.
That was damn near a whole.
Shout out to Bronny James. Like, that's a lot. I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of people say you want to be a superstar, but just pay attention to Bronny, bro. That's a lot of pressure, though. His name was trending on Twitter yesterday during that game. I'm like, bro, that's a lot for a kid, dog.
I mean, it's good to see him back on the court.
Oh, no, for sure. Of course, yeah, the sentimental part, that's fire, but I'm just looking at him as a kid. Oh, I got to play some of these clips from some of this battle rap that they had yesterday. Oh, my God, they was going crazy, though. It was one of them smack Jones, but I think Murder Mook battle somebody, Ice Brother from Joe Budden podcast. Oh, he got smoked by a girl, like 3. Oh, my gosh, he crushed this. I was like, dog, of course, we're going to play it. We'll let this show load up. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
She ain't trying to dance? Scope on her, through the lens, looking for 1V. It's an eye exam. Hop out the bed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the only thing I love about getting back on Twitter, because you get to see certain things in real time. And like I said, that it was that battle rap situation in real time. I don't necessarily know if this clip is gonna be the one that's gonna really where the hold it, Joe. I gotta find the one that she blacked out on him. And oh, here you go.
You a bitch! You a bitch, bro! You get thrown in a trunk. That's all that talking. Tied up and beat with a toy. Yeah, he into that bondage. Smack asked me to give him room. That I can't promise. Only space reserved for a crib is handicap parking. Lemon squeeze, meant for your honey. It's a remedy. They in him. They enemies. They enemies. Line them like symmetry to their memories. Filet, yo. You know where you at? You peep the energy? Ain't no safety. Arsenal, don't trigger me. Lyrically,
Hold on, before we, I just want to play
drills. I'm talking.
I gotta play this one and then we can go.
All he said was he popped smoke for pop smoke, and your weird ass just popped out. I was confused because the last time you was on that stage and you hit the woo, you got knocked out.
Don DeMarco, Marco.
Real. That nigga said he popped smoke for pop smoke, then your weird ass just popped out. I was confused because the last time on stage when you hit that woo, you got knocked out. Night, like you was taking shrooms. You got that nigga banned from the league for a year, maybe 2. I thought Hoffa wasn't even welcome to the party because they ain't goons. But I mean, this nigga showed up here tonight and you was ready to shake the room. Nigga, you was a bitch. Nigga, you was a bitch. Hey, I could put that on Crip, homie. How do it feel to be known for a legendary sock like Mick Foley? The blick on me, the blick on me, the blick on me, the blick on me. Hey, how it feel to be known for a legendary
spoke like Mick Foley, dog. Jesus Christ. I'm not, that was so one of those jumps was the first one I played was Arsenal versus Miss Hustle. And of course, like I said, Arsenal, for people who listen to Joe Budden podcast, that's damn, what's that boy name? Ice. That's Ice brother. And like I said, people, of course I didn't get to see it because it's on Caffeine. And then I got a new phone. I should have downloaded the Caffeine app so I could have actually watched it. And it was another one. It was who the guys are fighting. It was T-Rex versus, I want to say the young dude name was Chess. Oh, he was killing. He was smoking him. But the last one I played was what's this dude name? Serious Jones versus, what was it? Is it Gotti something? I can't remember what his name. I think it's Gotti. It's Gotti something. I want to say. I think that was the dude name that he battled, and he smoked him. I'm not even gonna hold you. And the reason why he threw that little Mick Foley line in there, for people who know who Math Hoffa is, Math Hoffa got a joint. Y'all can go on YouTube and you can watch it. Math Hoffa versus Serious Jones, and Math Hoffa knocked Serious Jones out, and that's why he said you known for a sock. Basically, he got socked out like Mick Foley. I'm not gonna lie, that battle rap and just even watching it in real time and looking at people's responses and people uploading the videos on Twitter, like that was fire. I'm not even gonna lie. Watching that, of course, because the Eagles got their cheeks smacked in. We can talk. Oh my God. That's one thing about the gambling situation is, and shout out to Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson did definitely win me some money yesterday. Because y'all know I do not like the Chargers, and then again, that's 2 weeks in a row they ain't even scored more than 1 touchdown. But Justin Herbert did get injured, if y'all want to use that as your excuse. Anyway, but Russell Wilson did win me some money. Shout out to Russell Wilson. Shout out to Sierra. Him and Sierra did. This their 3rd child they gave birth. I want to say they had another boy. They got a rock of dudes in it. Yeah, shout out to Russell Wilson and Sierra. Like I said, Russell Wilson won me some bread yesterday. Again, and you know what's so crazy? I should have went with my heart and my gut yesterday when it came to the spread with the Ravens. I always lose anytime I bet with the Ravens and it's a spread, because they just. That team ain't a blowout team. And even the spread always be low with them. And it's just, I still never win when it comes to betting the spread. The spread was 7.5. People don't know what a spread means. The team got to win by more than whatever they say the spread. So if the spread was 7.5, so basically that means the Ravens would have had to win by 8 or more points. they just, of course, that game went down into overtime. Slim ran that joint back for, oh my God. That guy, and the crazy thing is, I could look at him thinking he was going to get caught.
Thank God to Mother Nature.
Why you say Mother Nature?
Nigga, he wouldn't have got that runoff like that if it wasn't raining.
I don't think he thought he was supposed to get that off because you can see where he was. You can see where he was like, damn, ain't nobody tackled me yet. You can tell
it was raining.
Yo, you can look if you really just if y'all go back and look at that clip. And I kept saying I needed to make a video because one shout out to Odell Beckham Jr. And it's like, and that, every time Odell I was like, watch they lose because every time Odell have a good game, the Ravens just find a way to lose the game, make the game too close. But shout out to Odell. Odell balled out last night. You could tell.
The
last couple.
That's a sneaky pickup right now.
Odell Beckham Jr. Oh yeah, if you were doing the fantasy now, when fantasy over when the season completely over, or it's normally I thought it was over before. Like a week before the season.
Playoffs about to start.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, shout out to Odell Beckham Jr. He definitely he been balling in that.
Now I think Tyreek Hill got hurt.
For real?
He went back in the game.
Did he score a touchdown yet?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, they won. Of course, like I said, all the money that I won with the Lakers. Of course, I betted it on with the Eagles. And Jesus Christ, oh my God. Whew, that gambling situation is.
I would have told you no.
But just I have my moments
because you gotta think about like they haven't won in Dallas since 2017.
No, I get that because I do understand that Dallas got a crazy home record, but I thought that the Eagles would have some dignity. You just got your cheeks clapped in by the Niners the week before. I'm thinking, okay, you're gonna come back in this week and you're gonna have some type of bravado about getting yourself together. You're gonna kind of show out, but dog, they literally you 2 weeks in a row you didn't got crushed. Like you ain't no talking like dog. Even this. AJ Brown just getting upset the whole game. Like, I'm like, bro, relax. Him and DK, like, bro, some of them extremely super big wide receivers, like, bro, they have a very bad attitude. Like, their attitudes is horrible. Like, and Devontae Smith, I'm like, oh my God, this nigga had two fumbles yesterday. That game was horrible. I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out to the Cowboys, though. You got to give credit where credit is due. They smacked them Chiefs. They had the Eagles looking crazy. The Ravens, like I said, I lost CJ, but oh my God, he looked like pure doo-doo last night against the Jets. Lost with him. Like, dog, how do you lose to the dog? And it's over again. And shout out to Zach Wilson because dog, he don't get enough. Y'all,
yeah. See, I was wondering if you should go give him some.
But that's what I'm saying. They keep treating the nigga like a bad girlfriend. Like, no, one night you call him fat, then the next week you wanted to put him back in the game, and then he played. No,
I was wondering.
But that's what I'm saying. He looked like the big dog this week. That's my whole point. All thing about we didn't talk about what was it 4? What we say 4 games in a row that he got took out and got bent. Or that was who was that? Or that was Mac Jones we was talking about. I can't remember. It was one of them. They both been getting treated like goddamn stepchilds. But like I said, shout out to Zach Wilson. Of course, like I said, the Texans lost. Like I said, all my Lakers money I won, I literally lost all of it yesterday. I was like, all right, well, thank God I still had some.
Have you heard anything about from CJ? Is he in a concussion protocol?
He had to be. I didn't even see. I didn't listen to nothing this morning to even see what they said about him. But I just watched that clip and the way his head bounced off that ground. I'm sure. And I'd be like, well, we said that last week. And I said if I was the Texans, realistically, I wouldn't even keep trying to just trying to get into the playoffs because like realistically, y'all having a good season. But dog, come on, y'all team ain't really built like that to even be pressing the blade. Try to get you some picks to put some more players around him. Like you got to be, especially because his go-to wide receiver, the rookie, got injured. The week before that. So it's just like, no, just slow it down. Like, I wouldn't rush him to come back. Like, cool. Y'all can see you have a good team that you can build, and yes, y'all can make the playoffs, but it shouldn't be that deep that I'm trying to press to make the playoffs and then end up messing up my jump. I know the Colts mad right now that they goddamn rookie quarterback. Nigga, they was rocking and rolling at the beginning of the season, and he got injured for the whole season. So I know in the back of the Colts mind, he's like, damn, look how good we could have been if we still would have had our quarterback. But listen, we can get into something else. We ain't got killing with sports. Uncle Snoop. Let's play this clip.
And we like to be the one that got done wrong.
Why don't women inherently go with the guy that's best for them?
To keep it very simple, historically, we have been programmed to conform to being a victim. Women, we like to be the one that got done wrong. This is why we struggle with accountability. So the answer to what you're saying is most women chase bad boys because being with a bad boy allows you to end up being a victim at some point or another.
Why do they want to be victims?
It is programmed in us that poor me is some type of flex as a woman and as a mother. You can see it in conversations like when I said what happened in my Zoom, where the majority of the women right off bat I knew I was going to be a single mother. I knew. And being a single mother, being a woman, poor woman left with children to raise on her own. That is something that they get to flex off of. They believe it is a flex. That's why when I say it produces the worst product, the comeback is, well, he did it to me. You're not gonna get no award for that, and your child gonna be a statistic. So what are we talking? We like to be the one that got done wrong.
Why don't women?
For people, I forgot what her name is. I think it's like Des something. I can't remember what her name is, but she one of those popular women who kind of go crazy on the Facebook situation. You got thoughts on that?
I mean, it sounds legit to me. Sounds 100% legit.
Again, and I always ask that question. I guess it's just, and I mean, we did talk about it last week, but I do always wonder, like, who are going to play back some of their dating experiences later on, a few years from now, even 10 or 5 years from now, and kind of look at the people you chose, and not necessarily just the people you chose, but what about the people that you curved? Like the people who were sitting here, and I always wonder that, because you think about how many women just be like, oh, I want somebody to show up and give me reinsurance every day, or I want somebody to sit here and tell me I'm beautiful, or show up for you however you want them to show up for you. But then when they do it, what do your response be? Because do you sit here and show this person that you really appreciate the way they showing up for you? Or do you kind of brush it off like, oh, I don't care. Thank you. Thanks. And there's nothing extra after. Like you just kind of leave it as is because you kind of chasing again when we going to. That's why people think about that Cam Newton situation. Like, oh, is they really just chasing the money? Or even Rick Ross. Oh, and I swear to, it's so crazy because it's just like, the way money can make you be able to do what you want, show up how you want, and women kind of deal with it. Like, and it's crazy. Like, I literally got, and it's so, for people who know what I'm talking about, just don't be hot and blow it up. But I know a homegirl who deal with Rick Ross, and she literally, like, I'm talking about deal with him. Like, he got her super OD icy, got her like looking right, but she played a back burner. And every time he get up on one of them platforms, like he was on the Shade Room today, I always be wondering, like, dang, dude, you like just don't like, it's cool because you just so cool with the material stuff. Like, I know that gotta hurt. Like, he be booed up with her on her page and her close friends. I hope she don't take me out of close friends when I'm saying this, but it's just like, dog, every time he go public with something else.
Okay. So my question to you though, if you're in that situation and everything's getting taken care of, do it really matter?
Because I mean, yes, because sometimes you're still a human, dog.
Okay, but I understand that, but let's put you in that mind frame. If it's you, right? Let's say Meg or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She's taking care of you, but for the look and her image, she got to play party or whatever.
So no, just real quick, because what you just said, we can get back to what you said. But even for her, in her scenario, the girls that he be popping out with don't look better than her.
Oh, okay.
Like, she ain't no poop. Like, she not no poop. But he didn't pipe her up that she look good. And trust and believe. And that's why don't get it twisted. I ain't making it like she's some old, like, other niggas ain't shooting a shot at her. Like, trust and believe, athletes be on her heels. But my whole point of it is just like, you still have to, you really don't get to shine like you're supposed to, because every time, because she may don't have a big name. Like, she don't have a huge platform. She ain't got a bunch of followers. She's just a regular girl. She's just a pretty girl, but she's mad regular. Like, when we talk about social media wise, like, so she don't have, so if he pop up with her on social media, everybody like, who is she? Nobody gonna know who she is because she don't got enough followers. But he pop up with this girl who got maybe a couple million followers, and then everybody, oh, my woman. But don't get it twisted. Again, why I said shout out to the Shade Room, because you'll see a bunch of women in the comment section dragging. I'm like, dog, why do y'all sit here and let him bounce around like the way he bounced around? Because of the bread. But I'm still saying, in my mind, if I'm her, I'm looking at this girl who he literally was out with, because at first I thought it was her. The girl got the haircut like her and everything. And I'm like, I had to look and I'm trying to go look on the Shade Room and see if they tagged who the girl was. And I'm like, oh, damn, that's not even her. But her and that girl resemble each other, but the girl got way more followers, which is like, that I felt for her. But I'm sure, like I said, everybody got their own price. Everybody got their own bed they can lay in. But me personally, sometimes, like, I don't necessarily, I can know if I can lay in that bed. I don't want to just be somebody's secret because you taking care of my bills and my living situation. It's like, like I said, everybody got a price. Everybody got a price. And I just don't think my price can't be just to be like, I want to be some kept. Nah.
You don't think? But I feel like even for a guy, it's probably even a lot more easier to be, all right, cool. You don't
but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But you still got an ego though. Even if you sit here, you saying you cool with being the side, but then you just basically you can't go too crazy, because guess what? Her OD sexy, like when she want to be super sexy, she got to still put it in the close friends. When other niggas is flirting with her, she still got to, like, she can't be out on public flirting back with whatever Miami Dolphins player or whoever flirting with her, she can't do that because she got to still because he's still he's still Rick Ross. You see, he still got a small man's complex or whatever the case may be. Because look, he ready to jump out the window.
He be in her shit.
I'm sure. Like, I know he do.
All right, I get what you're saying. Like that's hard for me to sit here. I got to pay the back burner, but you still clocking me.
Yeah, you still. Of course he is because I'm the one who got you icy. I'm the one who got you a new body and all that. You ain't about to sit here and go too crazy. Like slow down, little mama. What you about to do? Because you know why he gonna be super possessive because she ain't super popular. But then it's like, how can I get super popular? Because you kind of got me handcuffed.
Fucked up. Where are we living?
Yeah, I mean it is if you got a price. And sometimes you gotta figure out what your price is. Is your price worth your peace?
It can be if you ain't paying attention to it either.
Yeah,
because let's just say let's just say I don't be on the shade room. Or I don't.
She do though, and I seen her before. Don't get it twisted. She'd have had moments before.
Oh, was she popping her shit? But nobody know is she popping her shit in it.
Or she is going back and forth with some people because some people may even tag her in certain joints.
Oh, so some people do know.
Oh, no, people here know. People, that's what I'm saying. People who might be listening right now. You if you know her, you know who I'm talking. Everybody and their mother know who I'm talking about. If you know her, if you don't know her, then you're not gonna know because, like I said, she know how to play her role well enough. Where I'm sure
you won't see.
She didn't play this role for some years now. I'm talking about for some years, like damn near probably like when I was still living in Suitland. So she didn't kind of been. She been up under the for a minute. But my whole thing of it is it's just like. Maybe, and that might just be me as a man, and men don't have a different type of ego, bro. I still need to be like, that's even for Party. I'm sure he still feel like, and we gonna play a clip of when he went on Angela Yee jump. And you know what's so funny, just real quick, and just because I told y'all, I know I listen to a lot of podcasts. And it's another a woman jump that I listen to. It's called See the Thing Is, and they got a Party interview coming up, and I knew. And they heard because they like last week they talked about they already had the interview out, but then I just think Angela Yee hurry up and jump the gun with hers, and it's like, damn, that kind of just stomp on your junk. Like that's the only thing about interviews.
On lip service
it's on lip service, so you already know how that's about to go. And it literally on every, it's on every blog already picked it up, so they've been already picked up the Angela Yee junk. So it's like it kind of it's step on your junk. So it's like people don't get it twisted. People who still listen to their podcast still gonna listen to it. But that thunder did you like? Because they feel like, oh, we the first person to interview him since he went. You know what I'm saying? Since he dropped the song, because he ain't done no interview. So this is his because I think he put out an album this week. So he about to do his. He doing his press run this week. But Angela Yee is a seasoned vet, so she going
lip service.
Yeah, and it's lip service. So you know exactly what you're gonna get, and of course, and he got, and of course,
but not even. We might not even address the situation, but you just know. Oh, we're gonna talk some shit. It's
a lip service, and no, of course, and people when you go on lip service, you kind of already know what you're gonna get, and you already and people have enough respect for Angela Yee to kind of just go like, it's Angela Yee. I don't.
They might not even ask what you really want to hear, but you just hoping and be like, oh yeah, I know it's gonna.
Oh no, they did. We can play this clip right now.
Because on the Cobra song, she talked about you, in the same bed that she sleeps in. Right. So you said it wasn't there. So what did happen?
Did you cheat? That's not what happened. Put it like that. That's not what happened at all. What's cheating? No.
Don't do that.
No. Please. Because,
don't you do that.
No. Because I really need to go there. I really do.
Did you get your dick sucked by somebody else?
I'm not deflecting.
Did she catch you getting your dick sucked?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Did you have sex or you intimate with somebody else while y'all were in a relationship?
Absolutely not.
You're saying you didn't cheat?
Absolutely. But this is my thing, right?
Okay.
Is hiding text messages cheating from your partner? Is that cheating?
Well, what are these text messages?
Well, I feel
if it's something that you got to hide from your partner, is it cheating?
Right, and that's what I was going to say. I feel like anything, and I've answered this plenty of times, I feel like anything that you are doing that you would not do in front of your significant other, I feel like that's a form of cheating.
Or anything you don't want her doing.
Right. Whether it's emotionally, physically, intellectually, if it's something that you're not going to do right in front of your partner or something that you wouldn't accept your partner doing from you, then yes, that's cheating. That's just my thought.
So did you cheat?
In that regard, I say so. You know what I mean?
So maybe it was inappropriate stuff.
But I will say
inappropriate, correct, right?
Okay.
Inappropriate, correct. But the way that it was painted out would have me so mad. I'm like, this is the part of the relationship after everything that took place, everything that was like kind of, forgiven, everything that we've washed away. Especially when nobody asked for this. This is what you want to go.
Let's address everything because on the.
So, like, it's so crazy. So, as soon as he answered what is cheating, dog, you already know, all right, dog, you got it. You already know you want some cold BS. Like, relax, dog. What did you ready? But that's my point of what I'm saying is
use that line a lot.
That's a crazy line, though. Like that, and it's the only reason why it's probably a crazy line because it's 2023 and on social media you done had these conversations a million times, so we all know what cheating is. But even just the way he kind of tried to dress it up, where it was
But
like,
even with Gigi, the way what she said, but it was like, well, if you won't do it in front of your partner, okay. But what if I am texting? Maybe you might not know who I'm texting, but what if I am? Like that's why I said when you put those stipulations in there, it's what he said. Well, hide your message, or you know what I'm saying, anything like that. Do you really consider? Well, would you do that in front of her? Or I'm not checking her phone. Okay, what's she doing?
yeah, but it don't. But again, that kind of go back to what we were just talking about a few minutes ago. It's not necessarily. I don't have to go through your phone, or I don't care what you're doing. I guess if you want to say behind the person back, but I still. You wouldn't want to go. You wouldn't want to find. Or you tied even to the air going thing. You don't even want to sit here and say I glance over and I see something. Like you don't want it to be that. Or even just when we talked about this, I don't remember how long ago it was, but even when it's putting your placing your phone down every time you put the back part of your phone is up in the air and your screen is on the table or on the couch. It's like no, you don't want realistically when your partner started to behave like that, you start to get frustrated. You start to question. You start to second guess a lot of conversations. What's going on? What they had? Why you always got to have your phone face down? Like those thoughts, even if, and some people, of course, some people have cooler situations where they know how to hold their emotions a little bit better.
Yeah.
But still, even if they do, in the inside, you know what they thinking, dog. They're going to think something. Why are you always doing that? Why are you always in your phone? Why you always, every time you go to the bathroom, you got to take your phone with you? It's going to be look because when you start to have those little miscellaneous texts or you holding conversations in the DM too much, guess what your behavior going to start to be? You're going to always take your phone with you because you're going to still, when you want her and get this conversation on, especially if you live with your significant other, because it's different. If they don't live there, you can wait. All right, cool. And you can lie, like, oh, I fell asleep early, whatever the case may be. That's everybody's favorite line. Everybody's favorite line is I fell asleep early. I think women, men, whoever, everybody them other than got that line off. That's their favorite line, especially if y'all don't live together or I fell asleep early. So, of course, it's easy to get that off. But when y'all live together and you trying to get all them sneaky texts off and all those DMs, that's like you trying to find a break to go get that conversation off. That's how I always can tell when you communicating with a girl who live with somebody. Her time frames of how she texts, and most of them try to blame it on their kids. Stop, bro. I hear you, but I ain't stupid either.
In these streets.
You said what happened?
I said y'all be fucking up in these.
Nah, but I mean, it just man, people just be living them double lives and be just.
I get it, but damn.
And shout outs to Paulie. Like I said, he understand how to do a press run. I ain't mad at him because you want people to go listen to the album. You gonna get the answers enough to have people.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get a whole truth.
No, of course not. Because I want you to go listen to the music, but I'm gonna give you enough to make you feel like I'm going to address it in the music, whatever the case may be. And I'm not even, and then I can't be mad.
Think you're gonna address it. He might not even address it. Let's just say that was just a little spill just to get y'all to listen to me.
Of course.
Because I might not even address it in there, but I want y'all to listen to that.
I want you to listen to the album for sure. And you can't be mad. You can't be mad at him for that one. And I guess why we're talking about people who try to move with some type of decor or some type of oomph about themselves. Blueface is and y'all know I try my hardest not to have these conversations about Blueface or Krishan, but some of them just be like, all right, bro, like you got to relax. So people don't know what I'm talking about. Over the weekend, two things happened with Blueface. Well, I guess three. Krishan went and got her tattoo removed from her neck or covered up. The Blueface tattoo she had on her neck, she got it covered up as a rose. And her reason for saying she got it covered up was saying that she seen a culture going through people's search bars again. She said that Blueface was looking at the fruity porn.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
She said she don't want no Fruit Loop around her son. Those are her exact words. That's not a misquote or nothing. Those are her exact words. So with all that being said, then Blueface come out and say, I took a swab and did a DNA test, little man, and that's not my kid. So he dragged that out for a day. And that wasn't enough. And people was kind of like, yeah, all right, whatever. So then he was like, oh, that's not enough for y'all? Well, her and Offset had sex together. So that's dirty macking and you're being tender.
Oh, come on.
You sit here and throw a whole nother
your fucking L.
Exactly. So you throw
take your fucking L and go on about your day. Stop dragging other niggas down because you lost.
Yeah. So that one.
I hate that shit.
But bro. That is a trait from a lot of, they call them tender men. They call it tender dick. You're a tender dick dude. You being tender behind a female. So that's what he did. He was being tender and he sat here and felt like he had to get it off his chest.
But that's not ratting.
Oh, that's ratting.
Okay.
It might not be ratting in court, but that's ratting. And you talking about this, and of course, And I'm one of those people, and again, y'all know I have my restraints with blogs. And I do think sometimes, even when I'm thinking about podcasting or even thinking about creating content, I do know that will be my Achilles heel that slow me down, because it's like I still have morals and principles. Like certain things I'm not gonna celebrate. I watch every blog run and put up that clip of Cardi B when she was saying she's been single and her Offset, but she's been single for a few months now. And her Offset, I guess, basically like they done. She can't wait till the new year to start off fresh. But every blog was picking it up. And I just be one of those people where it's just like, because I do believe in love, I do believe in marriage. I just can't find myself like, let me go run and make this into a goddamn clip. Let me go make this like run and go have a video on this. Because you can't, me personally, I don't get happy to see people like, it's different when we talk about regular relationships, but when we talking about people's marriage, you kind of like, because you know why?
But I get what you're saying, right? I understand that part. You feel like you want to hold some value to it. But then on the other end, it's like, I don't want to miss this story.
Yeah, so of course, and I guess realistically, when you talk, and that's that I guess you're absolutely right. So if you're looking at it like that, and that is and that's one of the hard things that you have, where it's like, yeah, you don't want to miss the story, but then it's like, but you still want to have some type of integrity about yourself too. And I guess when it goes like money over principles, is like, or morals, is like, what to you is worth the clickbait situation, where you kind of know, like, you wouldn't want somebody. It's just that'd be just hard.
I hear what you're saying, but okay, we got two sides of sharing a story or not from because just like with the whole, everybody was sharing the whole Will Smith and Jada shit, the whole smack, and now Jada saying, well, oh yeah, him smacking him saved my marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you do got two ends of that story. Like, well, damn, do I want to run this story?
Oh, okay, but I think let's say for some of them where you kind of, where you can see is some form of role. Even with the Jeezy and Jeannie, my thing. I like the Cardi thing. Even if you listen to her, like if I play the clip and you listen to like the sincerity in her voice, you can kind of see it's still, bro. Like, she was literally just promoting this man's album a month ago,
right?
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
he just celebrated her birthday.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my whole point. So all of that. So that's my point, where I'm saying, and she was basically, and she tried to even say, oh, that little whatever that story was, that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't. She don't believe that story was true, and she was saying that story, I guess, was just kind of like maybe the icing on the cake, even though she don't believe it's true. But that kind of gave her the safe space to kind of even announce that they had been separated for a minute now. But it's kind of like, I could just hear it in her voice where it didn't seem like that's somebody who's really fresh over that situation. Because like you say, with the Jada Pinkett stuff or with the Jeezy stuff, like I felt like the Jeezy, okay, this kind of a rollout. Like that whole time, it was like you doing a lot of this around your book, your album, all that. Oh, cool. That's something I can talk about. The Jada Pinkett stuff, like, oh, she's dragging it. She really know how to, she trying to sell some books. Cool, you can talk about it. But this all set, like I said, for everybody, each his own. Some people, like the people who run them blogs, one, because they don't have no real faces behind them, Jones. So it's easier for them to, you just posting the story. You're not giving your opinion on it either. So it's a lot easier just to run with it. But it just some Jones to be like,
okay, so since you a guy on moral principles, right? You in that situation, do you even
hold on real quick, just let me let this John load up so you can think about what you want to say, and then we can come right in with it. Hold on. Let's get a second. You remember what you about to say?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was saying people were responding to Coyle Ray posting her cheeks out on Twitter. You ready? Go ahead.
So my question to you, if knowing the situation, do you chance it or jeopardize your, because I don't think she's really a rapper, but just messing with that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I wouldn't. There's no way. Listen to what I'm saying. It's some women you just can't cheat on, dog. Like if I'm
not necessarily. I'm not saying the cheating part, right? I'm talking about like if you the outsider, like if let's just say the other shoe around, if Cardi hit you, you know what I'm saying? Like if would you like being cool Krishan is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you Offset's trying to shoot his shot at you. Do you jeopardize like, damn, do I really want to,
Oh, are you saying if I'm Krishan, do I want to cross the bridge with Cardi B by messing with Offset?
Yeah.
I wouldn't care. That's not my world. I'm not a musician, so that's not my world. That story, that messy storyline is 100 times better for TV.
Okay.
So yeah, if I'm her, I wouldn't care. But if I'm Offset, dog, you can't. It's some women you just can't.
No,
cheat
I
on,
get
it ain't nothing higher
that.
than that.
So that's why I was just like, if you Krishan, would you?
Like any other thing about it, the list of women that you can go up after Cardi is they all already taken. Nicki, Beyonce, Rihanna. What else? Oprah. Taylor Swift, that's it. Ain't nobody else after that, dog. Cardi B is an elite, an A-list celebrity, and Kim Kardashian. So the chances of Kim Kardashian mess with you ain't gonna happen. Nicki Minaj, that ain't gonna happen. Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, not gonna happen. So what's the point? Taylor Swift ain't gonna happen. So it just be like certain things. You just like you gotta kind of like, bro, you better if you that horny of a person and you still got wandering eyes like that, bro. Just find you a porn site and take your man to pound down because it's just like, come on, dog. Like what we doing? Like it just some stuff it just don't it's not even worth it. Like it's like what's the point of it? Like that's just dumb. Yeah, I think that was all the Krishan and Blueface news. Yeah, that was it. Him just being tender dick and him sitting here dirty macking was crazy. And then he had some little back and forth with NLE Chopper because I think NLE Chopper baby mother said that Blueface tried to slide him, but that the biggest story was of course the Offset. And real quick shout out while we talking about Offset and Cardi B last night, of course, while the game was on or towards the end of the game, they both performed live on TikTok. It was a live concert on TikTok. So I don't know if any of y'all have watched, like Apple Music do it too. They do the live concert series and they stream them live, like on Apple Music.
Brent Flies.
I seen the Lil Durk one. Lil Durk was probably the last. I think I seen Lil Durk and did I see I want to say Alicia Keys perform too? I think, but I know Lil Durk was the one that I actually watched for real, and that was like sometime last year. So of course, Cardi B and Offset did the same thing. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, Offset is a great performer, dog. That whole. Yeah, him just adding the being comfortable with dancing because you adding it to it in where it just makes your live performance.
You're not just a rapper.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're just not a rapper. Now you're putting yourself in a different category. And even just that song that he got with, oh my God. That
worth it?
Yeah, oh my God.
And whoever gave him that.
Oh my God, is a dog. That is out of here. That so crazy. Every time I hear it, I forget that's his song. I hear it all the time, and I'm like, oh, this is Offset. Because that's not, of course, like you got your own, and that's I guess that is the times that we live in where you can create your own playlist and you can, take whatever songs you like. And y'all know me, realistically, and that's why even my thing with the Nicki song is like, I respect those singing songs, but that's not really my bag. I'm not really a huge R&B person. So that song on Offset Project, that's not even the song that I'm going back and forth playing to. I'm going to play the Future, the jump with him and Future, the Broad Day jump more than anything else. But realistically, that song, I know for a fact that's the song because every time I get on social media, you hear that song on every social media platform you get on. That song is extremely huge. So even watching him perform it last night, but that's what I'm saying is he's so comfortable in his space with doing the dancing. And realistically, that sometimes it just shows him being comfortable with dancing now just shows the growth and the maturity of him as a man.
I found another way. You can't just always be like
No, I'm not trying to be tough no more. Because like I said, for a long time, they downplayed it. We talked about that on here before when they used to want to downplay Quavo used to being quarterback. But now you see he comfortable with that space because he's like, oh, this is a free bag where I lean into this more. I'm popular, all these teams, football, basketball, all of them take it, and now he would get, you know what I'm saying? It play in. So instead of trying to downplay it, and even for Offset now, like, okay, I'm not in the group no more.
Yeah. I
gotta find a way to be entertaining. But then shout outs to Gotti because even the cool thing, like I don't know how they be doing some of these angles, but the TikTok thing was live, but they was switching it on different camera angles. So it was like they had a phone. But no. They had a phone. But it never changed. Like the angles changed, but it never like they had, like if I'm sitting here trying to record, like I don't know how they do it, but it like one angle will be them on the phone. So it's like Gotti dancing and she like she doing it with a selfie, or her dancers dancing and then she holding it and watching them like twerk behind her or whatever the case may be. But then it'll span back out to like a TV, or it look like you're watching the Grammys or something. And I'm like, damn, and that's you see people in the comment section, like, damn, how they keep switching the angles like that? Because it literally go from
more than one.
But I'm just saying like how they do it so like where you don't see it change. It literally go from the phone view of it with them holding the phone like doing a selfie version, and then it go to like if you was like you was watching the camera. One camera, but it was just cool how they took it from the phone to an actual. Then it looked like a huge present, like editing and whatever. But they doing it live though. It's live, like it literally like you can watch the joint go up. Like I want to say because like when Gotti originally got on there,
so they both was at the same time or was different times?
No, they was a different time. So Offset performed later into the joint because by the time Offset got on there, I looked at the joint with academics reposting it. I want to say it got up to like 5 million views. So when I was watching Gotti, it went from I want to say when I got on there, she was at like 100,000 something views. Because let's be clear, it's this TikTok. So TikTok lives don't normally get that high. Like I didn't see Nicki on there. Like what was it? Like Thanksgiving, her joint was like 30,000. Where the average, like the most I've ever seen before I seen Nicki get on there would have been like Soulja Boy and the dudes from jail. Like anytime one of them dudes on jail get on TikTok live, it'd be like 10,000 people watching them.
Do it stay on there, like, or that was just live and that's it?
You probably can rewatch it maybe somewhere on TikTok or probably on YouTube or somewhere. I'm sure somebody out here because I don't necessarily
they're live.
Yeah, when it's live, but I'm not sure how they do it because, like you said, like of course, if you miss an Apple Music jump, you can always just go on Apple and rewatch it. So I don't necessarily know how the TikTok jump work. I don't know if they upload it to YouTube later on or is it somewhere on TikTok you can go find it and rewatch it. That's a good question because I'm not sure on that one. But like I said, shout out to Gotti and Offset. Both of them, like I said, they performed there yesterday, and that I ain't gonna lie, they both did a great performance. One thing I can say about Gotti is she probably gonna need to put out some more music before she ready to go on tour because her set's still short.
So when she supposed to be putting out her?
I think she said next year, but I'm just saying, like, she realistically, she got
I
hurt.
thought it was supposed to be this year.
No. This is the top. She said top of the 2024. But I'm just saying, like, just watching her perform, I'm like, your only real new songs is really like the features. So she, like she performed some of them, like or even some of her older, bigger songs, like she performed the joint with her and City Girls. But you know what I'm saying? Of course, they come right in on her pop. But I'm just saying, a lot, she still don't have an hour set for her. She probably realistically got like a 45-minute set, like we talking about a good set where it don't get boring and be like, I don't have to be a diehard Cardi B fan to still enjoy this whole set.
Because I don't see. I mean, if she's not like dancing and singing, I don't think I need a whole like hour or so.
But she do dance though. She do dance and she do have and she has dances with her. Like when she performs, she got dances. She got background dances and stuff like that before.
Can I really watch that? Like if you're not a performer, I don't think I can have you up there for a whole like hour.
So when you say performer, I think she knows how to perform around the choreography. Like if you ever pay attention, like I'm sure if it's on YouTube, if somewhere y'all can just put in Cardi B performing, live. She knows how to perform around the dances. She knows how to interact with the dancers. I mean, of course, she's still a woman, so she can still do her twerk or whatever the case may be. But she know how to perform, and she know how to her voice projection, and she know how to control the crowd. She know how to do, that New York, we all in this month, blah, blah, blah. However that call and demand or call back with the crowd. She know how to do that. Cardi know how to perform, but I'm just watching it. It's just like, oh, you just don't have a long enough set yet. And that just comes from me just, of course, managing the band and calling out Jones. Like, when I can headline and I got an hour and some change, and then I only got a 45-minute. Like, this is tied in the go-go for people. It's a difference between like a band, like, oh, we got 2 sets. And then with TCB, like, oh, we're going to do 3 sets. Or we doing all our hits. Well, for a fact, I need to get there early because they got hits for days. You know what I'm saying? With that case may be, or if it's a band, it's a newer band, they kind of just getting hot. They may only got an hour. But the longer you've been doing it for a minute, the more music you done put out, the longer that set can be. Then you can see and say, okay, well, that's why people be like, oh, well, Beyonce can perform for 3 hours long. It's just Beyonce is Beyonce. She got 3 hours worth of hits. When people talk about Drake, oh, he performed for 2 hours straight.
I don't know. It's just scary when you say, oh, she only got 45 minutes. Do you think about fucking Sexy Reds and all them? Like, nigga, well, how long are they set? 10 minutes?
20 minutes. And that's the crazy thing, the fact that she on tour with literally 5 songs.
It's crazy.
So that's my point. But but people pay to go see it. So that, I mean, that's the part where it get a little bit weird. I guess we can go into Pod Wars real quick. I'm sure by now, everybody, you've seen at least some of these clips. And for people who don't know what we're about to play, I'm gonna play a couple of these clips. It was, of course, Camron going back and forth with Melyssa Ford. And of course, for people who may not be familiar, Melyssa Ford is on Joe Budden Podcast now. And I'm sure if you don't know, if you're older of a certain age, you at least remember Melyssa Ford from her.
Jeez, what?
From her, but just real quick though. But even when we get into it though, because and I can be biased because this is my real friend. When we talk about the video Vixen girls, y'all already know Lola is my girl, and that's just so I don't get the super Melyssa Ford like, oh, they be like, oh, is she still Melyssa Ford? Or she am like, oh, bro, she wasn't Lola. What the fuck y'all talking about?
But Lola was after that.
Nah, I feel like they was the same time.
Hell no. Mystical Shake It Fast, that was way before Kanye West.
Okay, so you're absolutely right. So when you're saying she was out before her run, maybe before, but we're talking about when people actually start to know these people's names. Lola kind of was at the head of the we know these girls' names.
Yeah, but I think
with the Buffy the Baddies and all that. You know what I'm saying?
But I think even for Lola, it was more because we're from this area.
She was in all the big videos, and she was the only girl in them videos. That's when they started to slim it down, where it was like the video vixen was the key person.
But that was like after the Buffy and all them run. That was, like I said, I just feel like that was a whole different era. So I'm like, for that era, yes, she was a milestone for that era where we came into the bodies, having an ass or whatever. But I'm talking about like for Melyssa Ford, we went from like the 2 Live Crew situations where, all right, now, damn, okay, they got
So what I'm saying is, I think it is. You're right. I'm not disagreeing with
different
you, but they're different eras. But I think that Lola's era was, I'm almost the only girl in this video.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that's why I say I feel because
so she kind of pushed out because Melyssa Ford was okay. Let's say Melyssa Ford was Melyssa Ford when it was a group of them, when it was a bunch of girls in the video.
No, because I didn't even heard, I know she's talked about it before, but she said they kind of got X'd out when they started using more strippers and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the stripper came with the popular name already.
They had the body and whatever the case may be. So you really didn't need a video vixen who's just there to look pretty and stand around.
Hey, because a lot of them girls didn't have, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of, if you weren't in the industry, I feel like a lot of people didn't know who these women were. Like you wasn't familiar. Like you've heard some of these names because they've done interviews before, but like the Gloria, Lanez, all them older women, like who was in that run with Melyssa Ford. Yeah. I don't think necessarily when we were kids and you watching like the Knock Yourself Out video or like you said the Mystical, we didn't know who these people was. But you talking about that group of them girls where you start to know their name because that was MySpace. So Lola was the girl of, hey, I'm the video vixen with the popular MySpace page. And shout out to Lola for always keeping me in that top 5. I'm going to forever be grateful for that because my MySpace page was lit for being in that goddamn top 5. So, but I'm saying, but everything about every big magazine, Lola was on them Jones, King magazine, whatever magazines at that time, even Complex. She was even on a Complex Jones. So that's my whole point. Like, dog, Lola was just that push of like when we talk about you got to know the people's name. I'm not even just being biased. Of course, I'm a little bit biased because I actually got to see that hands on and watch that process go. But I'm just still saying she was the forefront of the social media video vixen where, hey, Kanye West and 50 Cent going back and forth. I'm in both of their videos and I'm the only girl in this video.
Yeah, it wasn't that was more of that was a new era. Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah, so like I said, we kind of, that was a little, y'all know we kind of get sidetracked all the time, but we got to play this Camron and Mace back and forth. Mace don't be on social media because I ain't seen Mace ain't respond. If it ain't on their show, Mace ain't really talking about nothing. But Camron had this time where he went on his Instagram live. And we're going to play the clips, but I guess realistically it started, just to give y'all a backstory so you can kind of know what these clips is. It was a story from Cam and Mace podcast, and they was talking about basically getting a woman from out of a brothel or a whorehouse, whatever you want to call it. And they was basically saying they ran the train on her. And then Melyssa Ford, when they replayed the thing, and then she threw in just a wild allegation on like, oh, what if the girl was young today, was whatever case may be. And in that time frame, they was like, it was 1992 or something like that. They was kids. They was like 15, 16 years old. They was like, bro, you just try to throw in a wild allegation on some kids, basically. Like, you took that too far. So then, of course, they got upset because in Camron, man, I was like, no, this your network, this your podcast. You could have took this out. This clip ain't never even had to go nowhere. We should have never even heard that take. And a lot of people on social media felt that way. And a lot of people like, no, and of course, we're just gonna play it real quick.
Still Mel Ford at the end of the day. You niggas be on Instagram liking the bad escorts, going crazy, the cheap ones. Bitches be 50 and 500 pounds. You niggas in the comments writing shit. Stop playing with niggas up here. Honestly, I observed. I'm trying to be cool because niggas got relationships. But enough now. Enough. I stand with Mel on all fronts.
During one of our shows, I was talking about how me and Mace in the 90s, so I was talking about the actual year I was talking about was 1992. We was in a whorehouse. And we just laughing, having fun. And we saying, whatever, we was in a whorehouse. Mace, Mace don't always give me permission to talk about our old stories because, he's a man of God and he got other shit going on, but he remembers his past sometimes, so sometimes he's letting me talk. Anyway, I'm talking about this time we in the whorehouse and all that shit. Talking about we slid a bitch, all this shit. Cool, whatever. I see a clip where on Joe Budden's podcast where Melyssa Ford is talking about, oh, it might have been underage girls in there. First of all, I only like older bitches. During one of our shows, it was 1990 on our show.
Some niggas clearly went to a whorehouse and took somebody up out of there.
Says them. And
that's who told the story.
But
that's who told the story.
I get that.
So of course it says them. Who else
is there a distinct possibility that there may have been underage girls in that whorehouse?
That's crazy. I don't know what you're doing. That's disgusting what you're doing.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What are you doing?
Okay, I am not gonna land that plane. Just
that plane should never even took
That's
off.
not a plane. That's not. It's not even wings on that bitch. No pilot.
No nothing.
No cockpit. What are you doing?
Not even a drone.
Okay, so realistically, of course, social media, a lot of people had opinions on that. A lot of dudes was upset and was just like, even that clip when I played with Joe saying he's staying with her, whatever the case may be. And then, of course, Camron made a joke of it when he tried to like say, oh, y'all, I know y'all like whatever cheap escorts or whatever. Okay, so Joe was like, Cam clapped back to Joe like, oh, shit. So basically, you just told her she an escort. So what's her price? Since that's the case, and that went back because Camron said and said it was allegedly a story floating around that Ice-T paid $2,000 to crack. He hit her in the bathroom somewhere. So it was just like, again, like I said, everybody got prices. The prices are different to move around with their principles and moral situation. A lot of people pick and choose where they have principles and morals at.
Fact.
But I say, and the crazy thing, I seen other podcasters say, and podcasters who are like, have bigger podcasts, and they were like, they not mad at Joe for not taking it out because you don't want to feel like you are muting your co-host's voice. You want them to be comfortable to say whatever, because if you give your take,
and it was kind of like in the middle of
a conversation. But but let's be clear. The same way people know how to edit to make these clips sound crazy, you could edit and take it out where you wouldn't even know that part was taken out.
I think that probably would have been noticeable because, like I said, we played.
You know how many episodes I be listening to and I don't even know that she there sometimes. Because I'm not watching it on YouTube, I'd be like, dang, I didn't even know she was there.
Right. It'd be a difference. But I'm saying, but when you sit here, you're playing that part. It's like, all right, we played this clip. She's talking, they talking, she talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like she just came out limp.
Okay, so okay, it's cool what you said, but then people were saying, well, you didn't put out a whole episode because of the Diddy situation. Yeah. So if you could sit here, so basically because you don't feel like you're not scared of Camron,
you didn't value it.
You don't value your relationship with Camron the same way you value your relationship with Diddy or your fear for Diddy. So you didn't feel like, you
didn't think they was going to take it.
No, you knew how they was going to take it because that's a wild allegation to throw on somebody. Like that's just a wild hypothetical to even put on somebody, dog. Especially because you think about it, literally was the very next week after the Diddy thing.
And I understand that, but what's conveniently known for brothels and stuff like that is to.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. You're not thinking. But you're not. That's what I'm saying. But I know. I hear what you're saying. But I'm just saying. Okay, she probably thinking the mind frame like when niggas go to the brothel house. I'm pretty sure they're not.
You're not. What you saying? You're not what? They're
not. They're most of the time they're underage.
No,
you know?
how?
No, I'm saying
underage
to the people that's there. Not saying necessarily saying that you.
That's not a thing though. Like, no, I've been to a massage parlor in Vegas.
Yes,
and all. You got to be 21 to get in there. So how you never gonna think somebody younger to working there? You got to be 21 to even get in here. How do you? Why in my brain am I thinking there's gonna be young people in there? If I go to a strip club, I'm not thinking, oh, if I got to be 18 to get in here, why am I gonna think the people who are working there are gonna be younger than that?
Okay.
Like what? That don't make no sense. You can't sit here and tell me like this is that's some like that. No, that hypothetical was nasty, and that hypothetical ain't like realistically for nobody. Nobody's going. If I'm sitting here of 8, and they got them, and they were saying this was something random on the street, and they were young, but there's nowhere you're going. If I'm sitting here saying I'm going into a strip club or I'm going into some establishment where you can whatever pay for extra services, I'm not sitting here thinking there's young people working in here. Why? Because I got to be a certain age to get in here. So why would I think that they got young people working in there? Like that just don't make no sense. You can't give her no pass for that. Like that was crazy, dog. You're not supposed to sit here and that hell no. Like that don't fly at all. And not especially right after that Diddy stuff. Like it ain't no way in the world you sit here and be like, oh yeah, that's okay. No, hell no. Especially not after all that Diddy stuff and all them other people. And it was a whole list of people getting allegations put up on them literally the week before that. Hell no. Ain't no way in the hell you can make that sound like that was okay. Hell no, dog. And that's why they felt some type of way. Because and I guess realistically why if I'm Cam, I take it a different way. Because dog, Jordan had allegations brought up on him. He didn't, and screw allegations, he'd have been in court for stuff with women. Domestic violence and all this other stuff. Like, bro, why would you want that jacket on another man? Like, there ain't no way in the world you feel like, oh, I'm about to let that fly. Like, that's crazy, though. I ain't mad at Cam, and I ain't mad at Cam if he want to keep dragging it. And trust and believe, they were dragging her to hell on Twitter. Like, literally, I'm talking about, I'm looking at every thread to come up in the comments, like, it was women, men, whoever. I swear, they was kicking her back in crazy, though. And for her to try to come on the next episode and play the victim, like, I can't believe people, the death threats and all this bad stuff, the comments that people leaving up under my stuff. Like, bro, you can't play the victim. You just try to turn them into some pedophiles or something. And now you want to sit here and come. No, that don't work like that. You can't say whatever you want on social media and think nobody gonna give you no response. And you expect for people to sit here and respond in a kind way. Like, that don't work like that. Them niggas got fans. Camron and Mace have been popping since the 90s. Their fan base is gonna be completely different. Besides the young kids that they're getting right now off of the TikToks and wherever else they grabbing people from now, the newer kids is getting hip to them. But you got to think about the older people in their 50s and 40s who grew up listening to them. So their mind frame is something completely different. And you talking about, and they New York legends, and New York people is a super aggressive and completely different. Like, dog, no, it's no way you thought that was gonna fly. I don't know how they thought that was gonna fly or how you thought you was gonna dance. Nah, it's not gonna happen, dog. Sorry. And it ain't no, and now it's not even a place in it. Never. Well, I guess real quick, while we just all over the place, shout out to the Lakers for winning the first in-season tournament. Shout out to all the Lakers haters for everybody. Oh, it don't matter, bro. Every game mattered regardless, besides that one game that they played on Saturday. For people who get, oh, this don't matter, just nothing but an in-season tournament. One, you are a hater, and it's cool, because if your team was playing and your team would have won, you wouldn't have felt that type of way. And get every game besides Saturday game count towards your regular season. So for people...
And a lot of niggas still got their trophies from what they did rec ball and Boys and Girls Club in their house.
Exactly. And we just talked about all the
AU,
all your overseas ball. Like, but again,
shit still matters.
But like people say, is of course people
anything to add a trophy to your case.
No, but you seen how the story was going to take a swing at a different angle the more you seen that, okay, the Lakers may really win this. And you seen people already saying, okay, if the Lakers win this, people gonna try to down talk it like they did with the bubble.
As you should. You got your own opinion. But then also in my mind frame is just like, that's supposed to be the old team. LeBron's 39. They still did it. You still got people like Kevin and them, Phoenix. They made a super team. They were supposed to take the West. And look how they looking right now.
And guess what though?
Victor Wembanyama. He's supposed to be the hot sensation. Look at what they doing right now. Denver, they struggling right now. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different storylines out of there. So you can't discredit and say it's not, because everybody had a shot to do it.
For sure. Every team had one.
And at the end of the day, anybody could have went and got the money. Like that's cash money.
Yeah, and they even and real quick, because for even some of the players, like some of the what they call two-way players who are two-way contracts. So for people who don't know what two-way contracts
They only
is,
making $500,000.
exactly. So for them, that's basically your salary for the year. Just double your salary off of one game. Y'all, for people who don't understand it or keep trying to act like, I don't know how y'all didn't understand, especially the closer it got to the end, that every game counted was a regular season game besides the game that was played on Saturday. So basically for you winning that title or even participating for that playing in that Saturday game, you got $500,000. So for one game, you got $500,000 if you won, and if you lost, you got $250,000. So for every team, for everybody on the team, from every coach on that team get an extra $500,000. Every player on the team. So like for them, some of them players, they ain't even getting a game, and they still got $500,000.
Yep.
And then shout outs to Anthony Davis, though. One thing a lot of people, and I remember just people used to make.
Shout out for this one game, but you know your reputation, and you have to. Like I said, watching him that night, if he played like that the rest of the season, yes, sir, you MVP, you should win a championship. But we know he's not consistent.
Yeah, no, of course, of course, everybody can sit here and say that. And I even like when Doc Rivers was giving his point of view, where he was like, y'all moved the needle for Anthony Davis when he got to the Lakers, because when he was at the Pelicans, people only cared about him playing defense. He wasn't known for the offense. Y'all made it known for you. When he got to the Lakers, they made the offense his business then, because now I play beside LeBron, and everybody keep trying to clock LeBron age thing, because eventually we're going to have to just stop talking about the age, because obviously,
right? Yeah, he's still on it.
Yeah, he's just playing at a whole different level.
But even when you look at him, I think he was starting to form into that, because even when he was with the Pelicans, he was shooting, but he wasn't shooting the threes like that.
Of course, for sure.
Like he had his little nice mid game, but like when him and Boogie was playing on the team that year when they went to the playoffs,
yeah, they was ridiculous,
and they lost to Golden State. He started shooting more, and that's when I think they started like paying more, about him offensively wise.
Yeah, and of course, and like I said, I'm not trying to. Of course, I don't want to shoot him no bail, because I would want to see them win. I think everybody,
but even on the defensive end, he was doing his thing that game. How many blocks he had? 4 or 5?
Oh, no, but that's what I'm saying. He been doing that. I think he probably lead the league in blocks right now. So he been doing that all season. But that's the most consistent part of his game. His defense, he gonna show up when the defense end. But the parts where it's inconsistent is, and which I agree with you. Like I said, I'm not trying to shoot him no bail, because I do want to see them win. So you do really, for the Lakers to win a championship, you do need that form of AD. It may not have to be that dramatic, because 41 points, 20 rebounds is like kind of ridiculous. And he had like 5 assists, 4 blocks. Like AD, literally that little, even when they played the Pelicans, that's why they blew the Pelicans out, because he was playing so aggressive on Zion Williamson. But you got to think about it. The first couple times he played Zion was fresh in the league.
Because it wasn't Zion. I think it was LeBron that was on him.
No, and that's why I do appreciate Doc Rivers, because he was calling out even some of the things. He was like, why do they keep trying to run a pick and roll between AD and LeBron? Like, that defense ain't gonna drop off. Both of them play defense. That it's not ain't neither who you try. Why would you want to keep running the pick and roll for Zion for? Okay, it's gonna either be AD that's gonna pick him up or LeBron gonna pick him up. There ain't gonna be no difference. But where you see the real difference for the Lakers is one, Cam Reddish being healthy, and then Vanderbilt being back, because Vanderbilt was the dramatic key in their defense last year. So now you got 2 wing players that can play defense. So AD can literally, I can just play free safety.
Murray lost his playing time. Because I don't be seeing him.
I mean, he had surgery on his nose, so that's why, like, even if you watch the game, he had his mask on. But I think for realistically, none of those players probably outside of probably AD and LeBron and probably even D'Lo at this point, I don't think none of their place positions is really guaranteed, because they got so many players that kind of play the same thing. All of them play the wing. All of them supposed to be 3 and D, but it's who play the best. Realistically, the best defenders right now, if you even watch them last couple of games, Cam Reddish and Vanderbilt is easily their best wing defenders. But the what is it, Prince? I forgot what is the Terrence? I can't remember. It's T Prince. I can't remember his first name. But he played good defense. But he had I would say, this is a girl I follow on Twitter, and she just be talking so disrespectful to niggas. But she a Lakers fan, and she was like the game before he hit like 5 threes in a row. Like that was the Pelicans game. But she was trashing him. And again, people on social media, don't forget what you say. So people was feeding her receipts, and she was just like, they need to trade him. He just keep bricking all these threes. They hit 5 threes against the Pelicans. So niggas are bringing them tweets back up like, well, what you were saying about him?
That's one in a million.
For the 5 threes, but he do have his games where he do hit. That's everybody on the Lakers. None of them are too consistent.
Yeah,
that's even with Austin Reeves. That's with D'Angelo Russell. All of them have their games where it's either hit or miss. That's why even for somebody who me, like with betting, I told you when I was watching the game, I was scared to even bet the 4 points because sometimes I don't know what Lakers I'm going to get.
Yeah.
Some games be way too close, and in some games they just be blowing people out. No, I was happy that I took that 4-point jump because they literally ran off with it. But again, and just I guess this will be my betting tip for the day. If your heart really, you know for a fact you want to bet on a jump, though, hop on as soon as you see it because I waited for that. After the Lakers beat the Pelicans, I won my money on that one. And then I was like, I'm gonna wait a day to see if the spread or the money line changed because originally it was the Lakers only had to win by 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. Like, what was that game? One game was on, I guess Wednesday or Thursday, or whatever day that was. So that was Thursday. So then Friday, Friday went past, and so then I waited till Saturday. And I'm like, oh man, and I watched the jump go up. So it was like if I would have jumped on it earlier, because matter of fact, even if it was even when it was at 4, the plus minus on it was different. So it was like $1 difference between Friday and Saturday. But if I would have originally jumped on as soon as they won, and they knew they was gonna be in the finals, I could have won more money. And of course, even though they still blew them out, the spread would have been only 2 points. So like, it's just a little tip. Like, go with your heart with that one. If you see something that you like, you better take it early and don't try to wait too late on it. Let this junk load up.
Tyreek Hill.
Roll it.
You said Tyreek Hill what?
He did come back.
He came back? You ready?
Natural hair versus wigs or weaves. What's your take on it?
Your natural hair is good for church programs. Your natural hair is good for when you want to pick your kids at school.
Wow.
Don't bring your natural hair to my event. I have natural hair, but I'm wearing a wig. But I don't have to. I can wear my natural hair if I want to go out. If I'm going to the beach, now I can wear my natural hair. It's good for the beach. If I'm going to church, it's okay. Do you get what I'm saying? If I'm going to pick maybe going to play with my niece, it's cool. If I'm in my house, it's okay. But why would I want to wear a nice ass dress, expensive dress, expensive heels? At least I would do ponytail. At least. Like, but when you do natural hair, you're wearing a nice dress. I'm looking at the dress up. I just look at the face, and they do one thing. They do one thing where they pay me. You will not do that small makeup and say you're a minimalist. No, no, Chloe. No.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know how much y'all gonna take their advice or what this lady was saying, but there was a group of African women,
African booty scratchers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far, but it was.
I mean, that's.
Nigga, I didn't say that. What are you talking about? You said.
Oh
it.
no, I didn't see him. That's what I'm asking. It was
just a group of African women who was saying, did they prefer natural hair between natural hair and wearing wigs, and she basically was saying you can wear natural hair to like somewhere you're gonna pick your kids up, somewhere wholesome or going to church or whatever the case may be. She'd be like, if you come into one of my events, I want you to be dolled up. Like natural hair don't fit every dress. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily. I mean, I'm sure it depends on the woman you're talking to, who you're talking to, her length of her hair, how her hair is presented. I mean, like I said, maybe for their audience and their group, the women in that conversation look like, okay, y'all might be a group of women who got to rely on the wig. The natural hair may not favor you as much, but that's just a wild conversation. I feel like realistically, a conversation with women kind of only can have, but then I think everybody, when you having these conversations and they go on social media, most of the time people going to judge who talking. And that's just how it go. Like you always going to judge who talking and just like how I'm going to either agree or disagree with that topic. And most people, they're going to drag it in that conversation.
My question to you, would you be turned off how she look under the wig? For her natural shit?
You know, so crazy. You said that it's this. Dang, where? Oh, hold on real quick. It's a jump that I think I sent you, and the lady literally said the same exact thing. Did I send it to you? Oh, hold on. Oh, here you go.
My man would never see me wearing a bonnet. I'll wait until he falls asleep for me to put my bonnet on, and I'll wake up before he even thinks about waking up, and I'll remove my bonnet, brush my teeth, put on some perfume, wash my kitty cat, and wait for him to wake up. Hey, babe, I just woke up like that. Yeah, that'd be me. That's what he's gonna get for the rest of his life. I don't know about y'all, but my
So, because I mean, that kind of answers your question, but real quick, again, when I say when you got to be careful and the energy you put out on social media and what clips you want to go viral, because people going to drag you, they're going to feel whatever. So people did it
because that shit sound.
Oh no! Well, guess what? People did their research on this young lady after this video started to go viral, and on Twitter, of course, some people said I did some snooping, because I'm nosy, and apparently she had a baby by a married man, which was a racist white sugar daddy, who didn't even want to come to see her child while the child was being born, and she's currently single, so don't listen to her because her life is messed up. Hold on, I think somebody else said something. Yep, he was trying to throw her out of their apartment together after she popped out with the baby and called the cops on her, and I wouldn't listen to her because that's nasty. So again, what were you about to ask me? Because I mean, I don't know. No, I think it's just, for one, is to each his own. I think some women don't do the wigs and some of the stuff. They just only bang the natural hair. And if you can get your hair in a ponytail or whatever the case may be, or you like the short haircut, I think it's good money. Like, I don't necessarily, the wig thing ain't for everybody, because some people be having bad wigs. Like, I mean, Joe and them always joke on Melyssa Ford. Like, I got a homegirl of mine who, she listens to Joe Jones, and she literally, I'd be like, bro, I be feeling bad for her because I feel like she's an older woman where I don't necessarily know back in her day, wigs wasn't a thing. So I'm sure a lot of Melyssa Ford older videos, she used to rely on her regular hair. So her now,
I think she only rely on that wig now because of
of the podcast. So, and her being on, and you always on camera. So that's
I thought it was because of the accident.
Oh, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because I want to say she had with a.
Oh, so you might be right. I don't necessarily know, but what I'm just sitting here saying is, I don't think everybody they don't even got their head for it. Some people just look crazy in wigs. Like every time when I see
some people look crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, under the cap, like when they take that shit off, like what is like? Oh,
it just depends, because some women got good hair, some people got long hair.
No, you're right. Some people do, but I'm just like, when you see them cornrows and you see that shit, like, damn, I see why you wear that shit now.
I mean, I guess, because I'm not about to act like, though, I know how crazy I look without this hat on. So
no, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. I get it, but I'm just, it's no like, oh nah, I can't do it.
It just depends, though. I can't really, because I don't like, who really be caring about all that stuff. Like, I'm not even a person who sleep with the lights on or none of that. So some of that shit don't matter to me, dog. Like, especially if you talking about she dog fat, though, I don't care. Like, we grew up in the age where if she was fat as all outdoors, guess what she 9 times 10 she used to look like. That's why the name was called a butterhead. Like, come on, bro. Everything look good, butterhead. Like, stop. Like, I don't care, but something, like, I'm not about to sit here and act like I forgot how I grew up. Like, people were supposed to be perfect. Niggas was not perfect. Niggas was geeking over the girls in the go-go with the OD clappers, and her cheeks was ridiculously fat. And guess what? 9 times 10 she probably didn't even have no titties back in the day.
Yeah,
like, come on, you grew up in that era, though. You grew up in that era. She had a super fat butt. She didn't even have no titties. So I'm not about to sit here and act like people got to be perfect for me to sit here and go to. I'm like, no, dog. You don't. Because I done been in a relationship with women. Guess what? Back in the day, they didn't have wigs. What are we talking about? They had braids. So, all right, cool. Like, it is what it is. That's why I think a lot of these conversations, one be from people who don't come outside. Like I seen the jump, it was on one of them blog pages, and they were just like, what type of people you in the house sleep in the house by yourself and you still close your bedroom door? People who actually just from the hood. That's just what you do. What are you talking about? Like, I sleep with my door closed all the time. What are you talking about? If I'm in the house and there's nobody else in there, I'm in there by myself. Or even if I got company and I'm in there with a girl, most girls be wanting you to close the door. Close that door. I don't know why it is, but that's just embedded in us just to close that door. So at least, God forbid, if you know,
it can happen two ways. I mean, you could be on the other stick of it too. Like, I mean, that's why I say, even when they say, like, you know, you close your door and then somebody can't get in there to save. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course. But if it's that, I mean, well, God forbid, knock on wood, if it's that dangerous, well, I mean, hopefully somebody will kick the door in. Yeah. If that's the case. So you're absolutely right. It could be
for you to get out the door.
Yeah, but I'm not even or not even necessarily saying the door even got to be locked. For sure, it is a two-way thing because, and the crazy thing that you brought that up, it is a lot of. I want to say, especially where they saying, is it in New York or something? Where they saying a lot of those electric bikes that people were plugging them up, they plugging them up right there at the door, and the house, and I guess the batteries are starting to catch on fire or whatever the case may be.
You know, you definitely not supposed to do that with any of them.
So what they saying?
Tell you to charge it outside or something like that.
Yeah, but or even charge it somewhere in the back of the house because they saying people getting stuck in the house because they're putting it at the front door, and that may be and they don't have no other way out of the house. Mm-hmm. Or if they're in an apartment or the case may be, it's like you blocking the exit and the fire is right here at the door. So you're absolutely right. That door situation, it can get super tricky. But it was just junk. The top just sent me. You might be a little too old. I don't necessarily if you don't even know all these songs, but we could just play a game. Some of the listeners can play. You keep one song. You only can keep one. So A is Lil Baby Freestyle. 2 is Future's March Madness. 3 Kodak Black No Flocking. 4 Chief Keef Don't Like. 5 is Lil Uzi Money Longer. I don't necessarily even know how that got in here with the rest of these songs. And number 6 would be Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares. You only can keep one. The rest got to go.
Dreams and Nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Honorable mention would be March Madness.
Yeah, I kind of don't even know how the rest of them songs.
Don't Like will be number 3. But I can't see Don't Like over those two.
I'm trying to think which one I have listened to more. I don't, because I'm just thinking. I'm with you on Dreams and Nightmares, but I'm just trying to think of March Madness compared to Don't Like.
But no, but I just think like I hear March Madness more than I hear Don't Like.
But I wonder, is that because of the area you live in? Because I wonder if you're somewhere in the Midwest,
would I hear Don't
Like way more?
No, because I still feel like that March Madness just can come on.
Yeah, I do. I mean, of course, realistically, I think universally people
because that's the
feel the same way about March Madness. But it's just like
I think I still think the March Madness that beat. Damn it! Oh,
what?
Titans beat Miami.
They did.
Mm-hmm. And the Giants beat Green Bay.
Oh my God, what the hell? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people lost some bread today. I'm glad I only bet $1 on that Dolphins game. That's crazy. No, that's the only thing about the NFL. That's the difference. I don't want to get back on sports real quick, but that's the difference between football and basketball. Where it's like, of course, that's any given Sunday is, of course, that's the slogan. And it's realistically like sometimes it don't necessarily be like like in basketball, you almost feel like I can bet the best players going 9 times out of 10. If he got that dog in him, he gonna show up. And of course, they're going back into the AD conversation. That's the biggest debate with people with AD. It's like, do you really got that dog in you? Because some nights you got it and some nights you don't. But it's just like most of the time and that's why, of course, again, I think that's why the people feel like, especially when it comes to the NBA, that 7-game series, the better team 9 times going to win because that dog can't disappear for a whole series. Now, don't get it wrong. It can for sometimes. It do. For some people, it do. It did for LeBron when he played that first year in Miami against the Mavericks. That dog was not there at all. So it can't happen. But with football, it just happened too often, dog. Like, just think about it. The Packers literally just beat the Chiefs last week. How do you turn around and lose to the Giants? The Giants is on their 3rd quarterback, dog.
Well, some people around here that lost to the Giants twice. So, yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Like, and even it's so funny because the dude, I guess he got one of those, and we can kind of tie that into what's the name of Raising Canaan? The dude for the 3rd string quarterback for the what's his name? DeVito or whatever the case may be. So basically in New York, they got a meme with like the little hand meme where it's like they're like almost like the pizza, like one to me, or one of them type of situations. They're using that hand for his little emoji, whatever the case may be in New York. Like when they tweeting about them or even at the games, like people got the sign with just the little hand. Yeah. So tying that into, like I guess Raising Kanan. Of course, if y'all seen that last episode of Raising Kanan, what is the season 3 episode 2? The dude was making a joke with Unique, and he was just like, oh my god, he was being racist, but it was funny as hell. And he was just basically saying, what do you call them, moolies or whatever the racist name is that those people use for them Italian people use for black people. And he was just like, they always come up with these clever nicknames. And it was funny that he said it because he was comparing their nicknames, like all the names that like the mobsters used to have in the back of the day, like Scarface and the Chin and whatever the case may be. And then a nigga like Unique got that cool nickname is like Unique or whatever the case may be. Like, how y'all always come up with the cool nicknames? So where he had Joey Badass tied up, he's like, you got a nickname for me? And of course, Joey Badass just being a smart ass and really just had like just stupid names for him. But I'm not gonna lie.
How the fuck did they find? How did they find her house?
You know, at first I thought he set her up.
That's what I'm thinking. Because didn't he meet with one of them motherfuckers? The nigga who he killed, right?
Yeah,
I mean, who they killed?
Yeah, who they killed at the end of the joint. Yeah, for sure. But that was.
Because I thought they was partners, or they did a run.
I mean, yeah, they was cool. They was cool at first, but when he was
when that happened, I was just like, how the fuck
did they find where she lived at? Yeah, I mean, of course, realistically, and that made me think. I literally thought it was Unique. I thought he set her up. Like, dang, did he set her up? Whatever the case may be.
Trying to make a play. He probably did. We just ain't know it.
Nah, I don't know. I ain't gonna shout outs to Marvin. We ain't got to stay too long on the episode. But spoiler alert, Marvin is really like that though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I ain't think because his brain, like the way his character come off so much, you don't think he as smart as he is. But to pull that mail truck situation off of, that was some elite like sniper vibes. Like, bro, that was like he really thought that one out, and that was
because that nigga was definitely he's about to fuck up.
Why you say that?
But look, because like I said, until when he saw the car pull up. He saw that. Then when he like, all right, let's go around this way. But when he came out with that baby, if he didn't get that baby off,
I thought he was gonna I thought he was gonna smoke him with the baby in his hand.
Oh no. That's why I said I think he got, like
you said nah, like is it gonna be a difference between the way they're gonna respond from if the baby there or not?
Hell yeah.
No.
Because that's not his kid, right? That's just
I don't know who kid it is. I think it was a Christian. It might have been his kid. I don't know. Because where was the parent at? It was just him and the wife or the girlfriend or whoever she is was there with the baby. So I don't necessarily know if it was somebody else's kid.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it was just so crazy how they lined it up. Like those, when you watching a story and how like the storyline, because she just kept saying, you got to make sure you're there for the baby, whatever the Christian, you can't miss it, whatever the case may be in the back of his mind, because the feds that came in and already gave him the information, he like, yeah, all right, I'm hoping that I make it there because somebody trying to get me, off of my 50 Cent mini man. But shout out to Marvin for pulling that one off. I do, it was a good episode. Of course, those episodes, I think they just slowly but surely kind of build up.
And that brother, dog. You weird motherfucker. Goddamn, dog.
What brother?
What's his name? Munich brother.
Oh yeah, he different. He different. And I'm not. What's so crazy? Like I be all in it because I don't
be like that.
No, it be like that. But then it's so crazy that it's like that because I kind of be wondering like.
Because I thought he's about to knock that motherfucker security guard.
No. I definitely thought he was. I thought he was gonna try to rip his dad. I thought he was gonna like put him to sleep and snap his neck or something. Yeah. But I'm talking about what I was thinking is I wonder how his Unique girlfriend is kind of like she kind of really like he in his mind trying to play it off like, oh, it's just my brother, relax, it ain't that deep. But then her brain is like, you ain't in here.
Right. So to her, it's probably weird. Like he looking at me kind of like I don't feel comfortable. Weird. To him, it's like. That's my,
that's my brother. Just it ain't nothing. It ain't that deep. Yeah, but in her mind, she's like, nah, get this. You gotta get this weird nigga out. And even after seeing the way his character played out in that club scene, how just like, yeah, I'm with her. Like, nigga, you gotta get him away from me. It's no way. You're not leaving me in the house all day with him. Like, okay, cool. He can stay here. Pay for me and your son to go stay in a hotel somewhere else until he's ready to get out. Yeah, when he was pulling out the money out the car, I literally thought he was about to give her some bread to go stay somewhere. I definitely thought that was about to be the move he was trying to give. Yeah, his brother's super weird. I like the fact that, and what's so crazy because now I'm thinking like, dang, how fast are they gonna have this? Because Jukebox was pressing the dude like, dang, I'm trying to hurry up and go to the army like today. Like, come on, and he like, oh, it's a process. But now there's like, okay, now there's singing opportunity coming up. All right, now I know how that's gonna play out. You trying to hurry up and rush and get yourself shipped off after you get on one of them contracts. You dead. And I'm sure realistically, I mean, if you ever, I mean, that's how she probably became a police officer.
That's why I'm just wondering when do we get Tommie and Ghost?
They ain't probably not rushing it. Like it's I mean, the show is a hit, so it's like, it's no purpose of speeding this up.
That's why I'm just kind of wondering what his time frame, because like when you hear Tommie and them, like it was kind of like I guess high school type of situation or whatever. So that's why I'm just wondering, like when is it going to play?
I don't know, because I don't think. I mean, realistically, if I'm 50, if I don't gotta rush it, what's the point? I mean, this show do numbers. It is like that's my biggest beef. Even with Rick Ross when he tried to be claimed.
But that's my only question: do you go without it, or you gotta entertain it?
No, you'll bring it later. But I don't necessarily have to bring it right now. Like, I don't have no point. What's the point of me speeding it up if like I know I got that still in the cut? There's no real. What's the purpose of me speeding this storyline up? Like it's not like it. You got that, and one because it's fictional. This ain't a real story, so we can kind of drag this out as long as possible because we don't. I mean, nobody don't know when they actually met Tommie and Ghost. We don't know the real timeline on it or nothing. So it's like we don't know. So you can kind of like if this show keep getting greenlit and they keep doing it. But that's my whole thing. What I'm saying with Rick Ross when he keep trying to clown 50 and it's like, oh, let me buy Lloyd Banks and Tony Ayo's back catalog, like. You plan like dog, dude. Like I get it. Beef is beef, but my only thing is,
do you think some of that probably be just a rollout? Like let's put some buzz. Like
for who though? Who benefits this?
Huh?
Who
no, like
benefit?
I'm just saying. I'm bringing maybe into your name up. Or just getting attraction.
But I'm asking you for who though? Who does that benefit? Because it don't benefit 50 Cent. Don't need no rollout. 50 Cent been on tour all year, all summer long.
But if I'm just saying for the both of them, I mean, well, okay, Rick Ross. Like, am I just doing it? Just
Rick Ross may need it, but 50 Cent don't need it. And that's my point, I think. And that's why when you see a lot of people in the comments when Rick Ross be making these videos, a lot of people be in the comments taking up for 50. Like, nigga, we watch Power every week. What are you talking? We don't listen to Rick Ross every week. What are you talking about? You just put out an album, and I'm guarantee you more people still spend more hours watching these 50 Cent programs than they do listening to any Rick Ross project. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's my only thing with him is just like, you dragging it for no reason. Like you trying to make this like seem like it's not a real beef. Like 50's really unbothered, bro. Like he literally has a iconic culturally show. He got the 50 universe. That's a thing. Like how people talk about Marvel universe, 50 universe is a real thing. Like people are engaged in these 50 Cent shows. Like if you literally search these joints up on Twitter, like bro, people be talking about these joints as soon as they drop. Like literally as soon as that joint drop at 12 o'clock, I swear to God, whatever 50 Cent show it is, that joint be at #1 trending on Twitter immediately. Like people be waiting at 12 o'clock to just start talking about it in live time. And it don't never die down until the season though. Like people really invested in these shows. So it's just like when I be hearing Rick Ross just try to like throw jabs at 50, I'm like, bro, 50 is past whatever you think. Wherever you trying to put 50 at, 50 is way bigger than whatever you. I even seen somebody say, but 50 don't get enough flowers. I'm like, what world do you live in? Like everybody in their mother, we talking about black people. I'm not speaking for other people. I'm talking about in the black culture, especially in the hip hop space, dog, people watch these 50 Cent shows religiously. So giving him enough flowers, they giving him flowers because whatever he put out, people watching it. Because they 50 Cent shows.
I think when they saying giving him flowers, we don't see it broadcast like because we don't see him win no awards, or we don't know. Like I said, we probably don't pay attention to them. They might have won awards.
No, but they don't. They don't. So they don't. You know, you're right. They don't win awards for those, like you said, like the Tonys and the Oscars and whatever, the Emmys and all that. They don't win no awards. And I think they recently maybe. Excuse me, I don't even think they've been nominated for some of them shows. And that's probably 50 beef with because he probably feel like, well, I know in my culture, we it. Like even, and we talked about this before, like if you're looking at like a show like Abbott Elementary, of course, I mean, it's on, I guess, whatever, what you call it, network TV. It's on whatever the regular TV, like that's not even cable TV. What's that on NBC or ABC, whatever, one of them shows, people, it spoke highly of it, wins a bunch of awards. But if we being honest, that lady who she write the show and everything, I'm sure more people who know who Tariq is or Ghost or then they know who she is. So it's like sometimes like
but I think when we say we don't give him we compare him to Tyler Perry pretty much. And like we know everybody know who Tyler Perry is, but it's just like 50 Cent in that room is not as high as we hold Tyler Perry. That's why I say I feel like I don't think you can put him in that space yet because I don't think he still got to earn. No, he's still like but I feel like
especially if you compare him to Tyler Perry, if that's the space you want to put him in, and that's why I think he don't deserve no flowers.
Right, so I feel like Tyler he's at Tyler Perry right now when the tapes was coming out. where everybody was still going to get them tapes, the bootleg tapes.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I feel like that's how power is right now. Yes, it's going to get bigger. His whole, you know, what's name? But I feel like when people say, well, we don't speak about 50 Cent and the whole, you know, whatever G Unit or Green, like whatever their little network is, they don't put them in the conversation like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get, like I said, I think it depends on who you ask, because even if you look at it now, like if you see him saying, like, if we talking about accomplishments, of course 50 is not there with Tyler yet, but if we see him saying who shows do people watch more, do more people watch 50 Cent shows or do they watch Tyler Perry shows? Sisters can't compete with no goddamn power. None of them. Maybe Tommie show, that's it. But the rest of them ain't even no competition. Like name somebody on any Tyler Perry shows right now that's big as Lil Meech. I ain't even doing Tyreek. I just made Lil Meech. Ain't nobody on that show as popular as Lil Meech. Not one of them. On no Tyler Perry show. Only person that you could compare or that got anything to do with Tyler Perry to Lil Meech or Tyreek is Madea. Or what's it, the Browns or something. Nobody may not, and I mean, you probably got to be a certain age to even know who those are. So, I mean, I think 50 in a different space. But like I said, that's one of my things where I just like, bro, Rick Ross be coming off so corny. He is so corny to me. It's just because it's like, bro, I don't know what, like maybe to women, like I said, again, the women you tricking off your bread to, you might be on 50 Cent level, but bro, in no other world in America, people feel like Rick Ross is on 50 Cent level. Not at all. And maybe you think differently because 50 Cent is not as flamboyant and he don't run around with a bunch of jewelry and he ain't in all the designer and he ain't doing all the extra stuff because his work speaks for itself. Like, I don't need all, that's almost like that ultra single thing. I don't necessarily need all the extra flashy stuff because, bro, my work speaks for itself. My work is my flashy stuff. Me having a household television shows that people watch, that's my Louis, that's my Gucci, that's my Balenciaga. I don't need all that extra funny stuff that you trying to show. You're always trying to remind people you're rich because you have nothing of value to the culture right now.
Right.
And that's why every time Rick Ross opens his mouth, it's always about some money because in return, you don't have a product that everybody is in everybody's house on a weekly basis. 50 Cent do. So 50 don't got to tell you how rich he is. We don't even care. And real quick, we can get. I guess that's my biggest takeaway. Of course, how official Marvin was with the smoke out. I do kind of like how.
Who you think got over on these deals? Did he get over or Kane got?
What you mean? Or what deal?
With their little delivery.
Oh, you saying did the white dude get the best of the deal?
Yeah.
For right now, I think he got the best of the deal because I think Kane. I think of course later on when Kane figure out really what he doing or how he really trying to execute it, I'm sure he'll end up smoking the dude or snaking him out of the whole situation. I think right now while he trying to figure out how to do it, because like he just looking at it on paper. How can I get all these people to do these deliveries? How can I be what's like the word, I guess, as organized? Like right now, he basically trying to flush his thoughts out like in real time. So he kind of really ain't seen how it's gonna work out. So he really probably gonna take the shorts on the situation. But after it started to play out 9 times out of 10, he just going same way he did when he was stepping on the work. What was that, season 1? He'll eventually find a way to snake the white dude out. And like what was else? It was one more takeaway. Oh yeah, what's the I keep forgetting whatever his father name is, bro. He is crazy. He spoke at that lady film like he is ridiculous, dog. What? Did you listen to what he was saying? Like, dog, he was tripping. Like he was a habitual line stepper. Like, bro, he was stepping on that line like crazy when he was giving that lady that speech at her funeral.
Who?
Kane and father, the police officer.
What's his name? Oh, my Epps.
Yeah, like he was tripping. Like what? Like what are you talking about?
When you said father, I'm like, hold up, the father did speak.
No.
That's why I ain't know.
Oh my Epps. Yeah, he was tripping. Like he was just.
He made it obvious.
Like it's hell.
He made it obvious, and boy, he is in a hot fucking.
He not because the only person who really know is the girlfriend, and the father probably on his I don't like gay people type of situation, so he don't want to hear nothing she got to say.
The father did. Then she went to the commissioner,
and he didn't want to hear it.
He didn't want to hear it, but I don't know if they got any reporters or anything like that. See, that's why I said I feel like she gonna play a role in that, and he probably gonna have to kill her too.
I mean, that look he gave her, and and then when she looked at him and the way he looked at her, she felt that same type of way.
She probably gonna have to go to somebody else.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I'm sure the later especially now after Marvin and then whacked off one of the big bosses, I'm sure that's gonna get crazy because I mean, everybody seen it was a black person. It don't matter. They can't point the finger or the face or whatever. He's black. They know that. And they know who they was beat. They know it was only one group of black people they was beefing with. So I was kind of like, you ain't even do it where it's not obvious. You did it where everybody can see, oh, it was a black dude who killed him.
But so can he still issue? Because that's kind of messed up. If you put the hit out on him and you the bigger boss, right?
Yeah, but they got like, you got to go through, like, I don't know if you remember.
Because I thought he was the main boss.
The dude who put the hit on him, right?
Yeah,
he is. But it's still a line.
Command.
It's still a command where somebody they have to agree on the hit. Because I don't know if you remember, what was it? That was season 1 in Tommie's situation, and they had to agree on one of them hits. Like you can't make a hit on another boss if the whole family don't agree on it. So that kind of play in it. But like I said, we're gonna see what happens. Shout outs to Marvin for holding it down. That one load up. Everybody.
Go on, pay for the goddamn phone.
All right, I'm about to play this clip, and it's going to get a little loud and a little ghetto. It's a lady who went on a first date, and the dude wanted to skip out on the bill. And again, it's just one of these videos when you see it. I'm going to show you the picture of this woman real quick.
Shit look fake. Oh, no, that's not the one. I think it was.
Oh, no, this was real. Nigga, she got extremely loud and ghetto. So I'm going to play this clip. I might not let the whole thing play through because I do know sometimes listening back to some of this stuff, it just be a little too loud and a little too ghetto. But I'm going to play this clip. But this lady went on the first date with this dude, and he didn't want to pay the bill. I wouldn't even take her out on the date, but it is what it is.
Where you going, nigga? Where you going? Pay for the goddamn food. Pay for the damn food. What would y'all do if a nigga invited you out and they couldn't pay for the food? And you not gonna pay? What you mean? What the fuck is going on? He invited me out. You invited me out and you can't pay? What you mean?
Crazy, y'all. That's just crazy, y'all.
Call your ass because you broke and you ain't got no money.
She's crazy. She's crazy, y'all.
He invited me out and he can't fucking pay.
Crazy. Crazy.
What the fuck do you mean?
2023, man.
What do you mean? I'm not paying for nothing. And I'm gonna record your ass and you getting posted. He invited me out and talking about he don't got where you going?
So, I mean, that's basically how it played out.
Yeah. The clip, maybe they was reenacting it then. Because it kind of, I mean, not the same voice, but she was basically pretty much saying the same thing. And the dude was like, well, you're not giving me head tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he ain't saying that.
So I guess realistically, long story short, I seen a lot of women in the comments saying that's why you don't go out on dates without none of your own money, because that's embarrassing for you to sit here and make yourself a fool. Because you recording him and them shows other people were recording you. and you trying to think you going on him and you bidding over one. Like I said, she just looked like, bro, I wouldn't take her out nowhere. Like she just looked like a joint who smoked roaches all the way to the end. Like I just wouldn't do it. Like it was just crazy. Like, ew, though. Shout out to some of y'all. Some of y'all don't have no decor, whatever the case may be. I guess we ain't talking about sex.
Are you just gonna leave?
If I'm the dude?
Yeah.
I mean, he better than me because I don't know why he was just sitting there while she was making that show. Like, I'm not about to sit here and be putting up with all that loud ghetto. No, I'm one person. And that's why, it's so crazy when I see a lot of people drag their feet on talking about some of these like stories when these allegations and stuff come out. And why I'm cool with talking about them, because though two things I know for sure. Out of my whole entire life, and let's just say my dating history is like, let's say 17 years, right? Out of my 17 years in relationships and numerous women I've dealt with, I've literally only argued with two women. One was when I was super young. I probably was like maybe 19, 20. And this is with me and like a long-term girlfriend, and I was about to drop her off at work, and we got in an argument on the Beltway, and we literally started throwing like root beer in the car. That was that, and and the crazy thing is, I remember that situation, but I don't even know what we was arguing about at this point, like because that's how long ago it was. But I just know, like, if I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, I got this one argument under my belt," where I even actually participated in the argument. One, because of course, like I was super young, and we literally, I'm talking about the hood of the car just literally had root beer stains in it as for forever because of that car. So like my whole thing is, so that was just like, that was one argument. That's just so like, that's me like child, like, bro, who's sitting here throwing root beer at each other? Like that's just ridiculous. So that one, and then I think maybe a few years ago, and I didn't even argue back, like, bro, you're not getting me kicked out of I think this when I first moved in my apartment in Upper Marlboro. So I'm not about to argue with you back. You got it. But you can get loud as you want. Can you lower your voice a little bit? You got it. I hear you. I hear everything you say. That's my tone. That was my tone, because guess what you're not about to do? Nigga, one, we in Upper Marlboro. You ain't about to have these neighbors calling no police on me or nothing, and then sit here and because you just want to get crazy and get loud and upset. You got it, gangster. Whatever you say, can you just lower your tone a little bit? And women hate that. When they get super loud and you keep yours mellow, that get them even more upset. Whatever you say, I apologize. You're absolutely right. You got it. My tone is going to be just as low as it is right now. I'm not getting no louder.
You got it.
You're absolutely right. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm not. You can just lower your tone a little bit. I don't want to wake up the neighbors. This was literally like 2:00 in the morning. Like, bro, I'm not. And that's the difference. That's why when I hear so many men be like, "Oh, I'm this person, I'm that, and this is my jersey hung." Your jersey can't be hung up in nobody's rafters if you get into physical altercations with women, or you feel like you even about to argue. I'm not going back. Why am I going back and forth with you? Ain't no point. And because you know why? I feel just like
some niggas do got their point to prove.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why I don't got one, because I feel like Jada Waiter.
I've never cheated on any of my boyfriends.
Pause the boyfriend part, though.
I don't cheat. But them little breaks, in between them little breakups, that's when I do my dirt. But I never have been in a relationship with a partner and cheated, ever. I never cheated. I could stand on all 10 toes. On God, I've never cheated on my partner.
And shout out
to them breaks.
Shout out, exactly. So that's my hope. But that's the difference between, to me, that's the difference between when you saying you really like that and your jersey belong and you a sniper and you using all these lingos.
More than a relationship.
So that's my point. But because if you really believe in you him, if you feel like you want to be Austin Reeves and you want to tap your veins and bang your chest like that, and you really feel like you him, then it's no reason to argue. However she feel, cool. Because that means realistically, hey, the break is on the way. You might get it back after, or you may not. It's over, but the break is on the way. And if you believe in that you got a roster waiting on you when the break come up, then dog, what am I arguing for? I know it's coming. I know it's around the corner after this.
Have you intentionally made?
No, I'm not doing that. Because to me, if you intentionally doing it, then that's cheating.
Okay. All right.
If you intentionally start an argument for a break and to get your little break situation, I feel like to me that's cheating.
Gotcha.
And I'm not even gonna lie to you. If you were too ready to kind of even move on, you kind of like it's still almost cheating to a certain extent. Like you gotta.
But I mean, one of them like, dog, family, like dog the weekend. I don't want to be bothered with this, man. Fuck this shit. I ain't.
Yeah, just a weekend. If you already got plans for a weekend, that's cheating.
But not necessarily plans. Like you just don't want to be bothered with her. Like, all right, I know if we get in an argument or we fuss, she gonna.
So I don't count them type of breaks. That's crazy. You being ridiculous now. That's still cheating. Then I'm thinking you talking about a break like this literally could be over and we may never speak to each other ever again in life. You talking about just for a weekend? That's cheating, dog.
Not necessarily for weekend. I mean,
even if it's a week, that's still cheating. And you know the crazy thing, I seen a girl. I was looking at her story, and she
posted break is a break, right?
I seen a girl say that. She said it's not. She said if y'all already planning breaks like that, and you that quick to move on through a break, that means you was already cheating. That count as cheating. And I kind of agree with it. Like if you already seen him saying this break only gonna last for a week or a weekend or whenever whoever's put their pride to the side fast enough because we really not arguing about nothing. If it's that short, and that mean you realistically you cheating for real. That was just a planned cheat. Like you got a illegal hall pass.
A lot of us kept a lot of fake hall pass.
Yeah, I guess. Shout outs to Charleston White. I guess we can get right into the
real nigga shit right there.
Man, Charleston White is
That's
maybe
real nigga shit.
He may literally be the realest nigga on. So, and the crazy thing is, of course, because we just talked about Charleston White. What was it? It was last week when we was arguing about Charleston White, and Charleston White was on. He was on Cam Newton podcast, and he told y'all he even really didn't go to jail or go to. He was saying when he argued about his statements, he ready to go to jail or hell. And Charleston White proved to you he walking like he talking. He definitely did not back down. He was doing a live comedy show. I'm trying to find a clip so I can just play it verbatim. But Charleston White, he ain't back down. He did not back down at all. Where is this clip of Charleston White?
So is comedy saturated like rap right now? Like everybody just trying to.
Comedy may be a little bit worse than rap, to be honest, because you got them. They got open mics everywhere. And let's be clear. I think some of the spaces are bigger, where it's like. So in New York, they got, I think, I don't know, I may be messing up the places where they got, but it's like the Comedy Cellar, and then I think LA got a big scene where it's certain clubs where people go,
like a comedy district type.
Yeah, where you go to, but no, not the like the improv joints. Like those people kind of like people already paying to see you, but they have joints where it's literally like an open mic where it's like you literally, and you just got to put your name on the list. And I don't know what time the doors open. They might like open probably like around happy hour. So we would go from happy hour all the way to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Where these people, you know what I'm saying, you work out certain your jokes, and you try to build a name for yourself. Like but of course, for some of the younger people now, they building a name for themselves live on camera. But like even for somebody like Charleston White, like he's not. And I think that was one of his beefs when him and TK Kirkland was going back and forth. Where TK was like, "Dog, you're not even a real comedian, and you sit here trying to charge comedian prices." Where Charleston White was like, "I don't care if I'm not a real comedian. People here to see me," and that is the difference between getting popular on social media, because you do build up a fan base. It don't matter what they here for; they just like you for who you are. So of course, he can charge thousands of dollars because people want to come and see him because he's Charleston White. So, like I said, I'm about to play this clip real quick.
Talk right.
I already got the back here. Talk right. I already got the back here. I don't give a damn about getting booed, nigga. I done already got paid. You paid to see me, nigga. You paid to see me. Lakers, Chaz, and Warren ass, nigga. Pull out some money, though. Nigga. Bitch ass, nigga. Pull out some money. I'll hit you on your goddamn head, nigga. Pull out some money, nigga. I'll hit you on your goddamn head. Pussy ass, nigga. Hit you on your goddamn head.
You did nothing. Just got football tackled by a nigga on stage.
Who was it? Football tackled. How did that happen?
He used his shoulder. His uncle. Him and his uncle was sitting together. In a compromised position. His uncle had his arm around him like he was a girl. And they were the only 2 people in the crowd with basketball jerseys on. Everybody else had on cowboy boots, cowboy hats, and them niggas had on basketball jerseys. And they was heckling me. And so I accused them niggas of being a nephew and an uncle who fuck each other.
Yo, listen.
Hey, dog, shout out to Charleston White. And like I said, you got to respect for somebody who, because if y'all haven't seen how small Charleston White is a very small man, and he's an older man. Like Charleston White is probably
got that shit.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Again, this is when he even told Cam Newton, when they was interviewing, he was like, dog, I'm small. I know I'm going to pick up a weapon. When he told Cam Newton, he said, what do you say? I'm not a fair fighter. I'm a surprise fighter. He said, you won't be surprised what I hit you with.
He picked up
he picked up everything. Literally from when the dude started to walk, towards the stage, the first thing he did, he hit him with a pot. Literally, I'm talking like a plant. It was a plant. It was like one of them fake little plants that people be having. It was like with a big bottom to the plant. So he hit him over the head with that. The dude still, after he hit him, he probably, of course, because he's small, so he probably hit him with no real power because he really couldn't like swing that joint like he wanted to. But when he got that mic stand in his hand, or you heard that mic stand hit dude in the head, that joint cleared him. I'm sure whoever that dude was, I'm 100% positive you had a knot on your head from getting hit in the head with that goddamn mic stand, because that ain't no joke. Charleston White got a clean one with that mic stand. So then, like I said, you got to respect him for just all that all that rah-rah and all that trash you talk on social media. He didn't run, because guess what? It was a video. I think we didn't get to talk about it maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where Academics went and did a live show in LA with the Fig Nudity podcast, and the dude did the same exact thing to the Academics, but Academics was scared. Academics got away from the stage a little bit. He just drinking and letting the dude call him out his name and just kind of go on him, and he really ain't want no smoke. But you seen Charleston White, there was no back down to him at all, and them dudes was way bigger than him. So I think I did see Charleston White say from now on he gonna start rolling with more security, because that was my big, like, you too old to be taking them type of chances. And the energy you put out, I'm never going to deter away from preaching that.
Could you take that job though?
What if I'm a security guard? Hell yeah, nigga, you take jobs. Niggas take jobs protecting these rappers. Rappers say worse than what Charleston White say. Somebody God in the NBA Youngboy, somebody God Lil Durk. This nigga NBA Youngboy called his house Grave Digger Mountain. What are you talking about? Somebody he can pay. Who's not gonna take that job?
But I feel like Charleston White rubs a lot of people. Not
So
just necessarily
what?
like you, but that's
You
what I'm
just
saying.
gotta pay me more. So you gotta think about some of these people. It's somebody. Listen to what you're saying. It's somebody who's secure God. Gangster rappers who claim certain, like Chris Brown is a blood. It's a whole little video to keep going around every weekend. Is people trying to like say some people is standing up for Chris Brown, like, no, he a real blood. He came to the neighborhood and got his squabble on to even get initiated in the game. That's why people like that's so crazy. Like Chris Brown is such a talented person.
But what I get is like, yes, you a garden whatever, a gangster or a rapper or whatever. I'm only probably you going your appearances or you performing or you at a club.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. But Charleston White, I feel like he probably would need security 24/7 type of situation. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he can be like in the grocery store, or he just out. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but you got to think about it. He's from a stand your ground state in Texas, and it's an open carry, so it's different for them. Like you can't just, and that's what I mean. If I hear so many people talk about this, where they were like people in the South, especially
then he
in
get caught
Texas,
in the barber chair.
Yeah, and then he shot at the dude too.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I think he said.
That's why I just say I'm like. Just
oh yeah, no.
So
of course you're absolutely right. He got caught loafing at the barbershop, but as soon as the dude pistol whipped him, he got up and just got to letting the joint go. And he was like, that's why they haven't put out the footage of it or nothing, because he might go to jail. Like that's the only reason why the footage ain't out. He was like, no, he said, yeah, the dude pistol whipped me. Then asked him what I did right after that. You're absolutely right. You hit me over the head and got the bang of that iron. So that's just the difference. So you're absolutely right. Do he need security? No, but some of these places, if you're going to a venue and a girl see somebody you don't like, but the dudes in the video, I seen the dudes do a video and they was like, dog, we like Charleston White, but you heard what he said. You basically calling us gay. You basically violating us. But they started heckling him first, so I'm sure it's like, how much do you really like him if you started to heckle?
Talk straight, nigga. That's some country shit right there.
But like I said, shout out to Charleston White, because I think it's a lot of content creators, even a lot of podcasters who
push that envelope,
but ain't ready to take it with Charleston White ready to take it to. And I just respect, because we literally just talked about last week when he told Cam Newton, I'm ready to go to jail or go to hell about what I'm saying on my mouth. And I respect for him, just like, okay, this video go viral, and he stood on it. Y'all, that's that favorite word. I'm not gonna lie, that word is over. Oh my Jesus Christ, that's standing on business.
Oh yeah, they ran into.
Oh my God, y'all ran that to the ground.
Polo King.
No, not even just him, because you gotta think about it. That's a whole Drake had that whole look standing on business on that Daylight song. Like, of course, King is just highlighting your brain now because you seen King say it to his parents. But like, there's been a word and there's been a thing. And when I was listening to Daylight the other day, I'm like, dang, Drake he had this little standing on business line in the song, and I just forgot about.
That's probably where he got it from and using it. But
Yeah, I'm realistically, of course,
because
because King has basically popularized it because the way he was saying it and who he was saying it to. I guess in other news, and this one would probably absolutely maybe been the funniest thing over the weekend. Moneybag Yo getting served while he was at his liquor signing. And you know what's so crazy? And this is, again, why I love the comment section. And I just think some of y'all don't live in the real world. People was like, oh, why would she record that? And why would she ruin her date? Because all you niggas try to get packages from Amazon for free and got it delivered. I swear to God, it got stolen from you. That's why those people, or DoorDash or whatever, when y'all try to act like y'all don't get y'all food, that's why they got to take pictures. So, of course, I think they said this case been going on. He owes backing for a performance he didn't perform. I think they said 2021. So you talking about for 2 years, I've been trying to get my money for a back end. For people who don't know what a back end is, it's the back half of a perform. You get paid to perform. They send you your deposit, and if you don't show up and don't do the date, you owe them the money back. But so he owed them bread for he got paid both for one. So I'm sure he already got money up front. So realistically, I'm sure he didn't get the back end, but he owed them the upfront money because he didn't perform. Or then if you got realistically, if you got a real promoter who got you on a real contract and really got some money that he can take you to court. So guess what he gonna sue you for? He gonna sue you for the money he already paid you for the show, whatever the venue was, and whatever money he thought he was going to make. Because that now you could be messing up my brand. Because let's be clear, some promoters, I don't know
if you don't show up.
If you don't show up, because some people, if you actually used to go to a lot of parties when you were younger, no, but just think about it, back in the day though, if you used to go, it's certain people you see their name on the flyer, you knew that the rapper was gonna come, and then there was certain people like, oh, you see this person on the jump, but this janky ass nigga ain't gonna never pick. He don't never have the people that he always put somebody on the flyer. So for a promoter, this is my livelihood, because now you make it look like when I put somebody's face on the flyer, you don't come. I can sit here and sue you and say, now you messing up my reputation because now people don't want to. So, and you can, and realistically, you can win because that's a fact. Though I'm sure wherever you from, it's certain promoters that if you see their name on the flyer, you kind of already know what their brand is, how they present the parties, who gonna come to them, what type of people coming to their parties, because they already got a built-in name on their brand. Like if you sit here and say, let's say for the DMV, if you see somebody say they're gonna be at Abigail, 99.5, 10 out of times they're gonna be there unless it's something happened to them, they get locked up or they get sick at the last minute, but they always gonna be there. And because you know why? Because they have built that reputation that these people always want to come to these events, and you see the pictures floating around on the internet, these people are always there. Even if they're not promoted to be there, they still be at these parties. So 9 times out of 10 they promote somebody, these people be here on the regular, they're gonna be there, or at Club Live or whatever the case may be. And shout out to Kanye West, he was performing at Club Live, but real quick, I don't want to get off the Moneybag Yo, but he was performing at Club Live over the weekend because Art Basel is going down in Miami. We'll get to that in a minute because we got to talk about 2 Chainz getting hit by a drunk driver. But just going back into the Moneybag Yo, I seen people like, oh, why would she do that? Like, dog, because
she still have to play a role. She still had to fit in. I have to look like I'm a fan or I'm trying to what's name. Hey, that's why I'm doing my job. Let me give you some pound real quick, because I swear I didn't even think about that.
I'm
doing my job.
You absolutely. I didn't even think about that part.
Because I'm pretty sure she probably didn't look like the what I'm saying, like his normal fan or whatever. But I got to sell this,
like I'm coming for a piss.
I could have been anybody, and they'd be like, oh no, I gotta piss real quick. And he probably peeped you out. He might have peeped you out like,
if you didn't. You absolutely. I didn't even think about it. I definitely didn't think about that part. You are absolutely right. If she had to make it look like, because if everybody else out there, realistically, you had a meet and greet. Everybody else got their phones out. So yeah, let me sell this. I'm gonna have my phone out just like everybody else.
And I'm sure a lot of y'all in here got served. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just like you saw. It was somebody who tried to look discreet and give you the papers.
No, that nigga, his face. And a girl DM me and she was like, "Do you think that was real?" I'm like, "Dog, if that, look at that's exactly what I said." I said, "Dog, if that's not real, nigga, he is the greatest actor of all times." Because nigga, that facial expression he had on his face, dog, that was priceless, dog.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, how many people you're not going to have your actual address on your business or whatever work you doing or whatever. So if let's just say you book me for a show, so my information might be a booking agency or PO box, so you don't have my actual information,
of course.
So once you finally get in touch or finally, all right,
or even for somebody, or even for some people who are so rich, they got multiple homes. They got multiple homes. So if he
don't know where I'm going.
He might got a house in Atlanta, because of course I seen a video where Ari live in Atlanta. So if he don't and he don't like being in Atlanta, so let's say he Memphis and got one in LA, like most of them do. So if I don't know where to catch him at, and then you got to think about it, whoever the promoter is, obviously they got some bread because this was in Vegas. So they obviously paying attention to his schedule, and they got enough money to be able to pay people in multiple places to come and find him and get served. And like I said, and I even said, like, if that was I'm sure realistically, if that was your baby father and he owed y'all some child support, you would have want that girl to serve him and record it too. So he can't deny, I ain't never get them papers, because people will deny, like, I ain't never get served. Yep. Oh, and I got you on camera. Here you go. It's just like when your DoorDash people or your Amazon people take a picture and like, hey, your package has been delivered. Well, guess what she did? I served this nigga these papers and I got him on camera. And now that nigga face is gonna be a goddamn meme for the rest of the year.
That's a pretty pricey one to pay. Because if we saying that's 2021 and you still ain't.
And when they've been chasing you for like 2 years, oh yeah, of course they gonna.
No,
see
but
you
I'm
for
just
that.
right. But I'm just saying like, you ain't run that because I think he posted the I guess the tweet that he put out about it was like 4th of July. He was like, "Oh, I had a problem with the PJ. I'm not gonna make it."
Oh, and I think was that one of them jokes where he was supposed to be performing like 4 shows in one weekend or something crazy like that.
Oh no. I know, like I said, I remember he posted that, but that's let's be real, man. You ain't spin the block back. That was 2021. You ain't never did me my show.
Yeah, you ain't give me my money back. You owe me some bread. And like I said, real quick, we can tie this into because we did mention Art Basel. Like I said, Kanye West said, I don't necessarily know because he's been pushing this date or they've been throwing these dates out for a minute. But he said him and Ty Dolla Sign album is supposed to come out this weekend.
They did something tonight.
Oh yeah, they doing a live event right now because because Art Basel is going on for people who are into that, or for people who not into it and you just want some gold digging situation and try and bump into some ballers. I mean, Art Basel is the place to be. So if you listening to this down, it's probably a little too late. Just the same way if you listening to this right now. I meant to mention this last week, but I definitely slipped my mind. Bath and Body Works, of course, had that $10 sale on all their candles. So I mean, I guess if you missed out on that one, my bad. I feel like if you really into candles, you shouldn't have missed out on it. Because somebody should have told you, hey, you shouldn't have been relying on me to tell y'all. But it is what it is. And then, like I said, because it is Art Basel, 2 Chainz got hit by a drunk driver. He got hit real bad. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, that is one of my reasons why, like, I be trying to be in the house by a certain time, though. Because it just be like those, and of course, realistically, I mean, God forbid, anything can happen at any time of the day, but just sometimes it just be like, that drinking and driving shit is so annoying, dog. Like, that nigga car was crushed. Like I'm saying, his car was crushed and they pushed him up against the wall. So it was like they hit him and then his car hit the goddamn jump. And then it's just like 9 times out of 10, whoever that was hitting, like doing a hitting, I don't necessarily, they probably, they wouldn't even know hitting and run, but it's just like, what 2 Chainz really gonna be able to get from them? But let's think about how much money he could be missing out on because like, of course, I mean, yeah, you can sue their insurance company or whatever, but it's not like like regular people. So you get a hit in a car accident, you get a free $30,000 or $50,000. You up, but what's a free? Ain't no free $30,000 or $50,000 for no goddamn 2 Chainz.
But it also depends what kind of car you're driving too.
I seen the picture, but I ain't even looked to see what kind of car it was, what kind of car he was in, or what kind of car even hit him. But it's just like
something like that. Depending on what kind of car you hit, your insurance might drop. You might not be able to get no more insurance. Because you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people, with insurance, they don't cover but so much. So let's just say, like,
yeah, I'm sure realistically for some, you're absolutely right. But I'm sure when you are an athlete or entertainer, I'm sure they probably don't use just regular insurance.
I know they don't use regular insurance. That's what I'm saying. So,
but you're talking about the person who hit them, how they gonna cover? So like, right. So if he was in his McLean or something, one of them $300,000 cars, and you totally, your insurance don't cover that goddamn high. Hell no.
Now you might not be able to get no insurance after that. Like because now who wants you because you got that on your name.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. And while we talking about DWIs or whatever the case may be, Tiffany Haddish is now they basically saying she can't drink no more. I don't know how long it is, or I don't know how they going. I don't know how do you hold somebody to that.
So what are they?
So now she got to do a piss test. She got to do it. They saying that she is she supposed to be banned from drinking, and she must submit random drug tests.
Probably on the monitor. Can't start the car without breathing into it.
Oh, shout out to Lizzo. I think I don't know if he talked. Did he talk about that on mic before? I want to say I think he did. And he was on one of them jumps before you, and you had to blow into the jump and start the car. Yeah, that's crazy. Like that's when you're doing too much. Oh, you gotta relax, especially for some.
But you can just fuck up one time.
Yeah, but this not her first time though. This is her second time.
Yeah, so if you got multiple, I'm pretty sure they definitely. Because like I said, I've known people who had them done. That shit is embarrassing.
And I guess the sad thing is, and I guess because for somebody like Tiffany Haddish, because she is
like, why you don't have a Uber?
Yeah, a driver, or even just the people around you. Why do they allow you to get so drunk? Like nobody don't say nothing to you. Like who? That's what like everybody love to throw that around for like rappers and stuff. Or you got too many yes men around you and this, that, and the third. But it's just like, all right, well, what about Tiffany Haddish? Like where her friends at? Like I know her and Charlamagne are super cool, but it's just like even when he talk about it because he tried to like just brush over the topic with thoughts and prayers and all that. Nah, dog, let's talk about the real conversation. Like what is she really going through that she got to get that pissy drunk? These was back to back. These 2 times ain't spread it out like this. All happened like in the same year.
Yeah, but then you also got some people like you so intimidating. Like I'm not gonna tell you, nah, you can't, because the way you might treat or talk to me.
Yeah, well, it's cool, but is that person really your friend? Then, if you can't call
No,
your
I
friend
don't-
out and really say something to them, because then it's gonna be a whole different story. If God forbid something happens to you, you get into a serious accident.
No, I get that part, but it's just like, let's just say if she's the extra epsilon to everybody else, so like her friends are not on her level. So if I'm sitting there like, nah, I'm good, bitch, you know, like,
Yeah, but I don't think she's that big of a celebrity though. Like we keeping it.
but
above.
it might be to her, but to her circle, she might be that. Like it wasn't like if she was like at a party like Kevin Hart, you know, like
Yeah, I mean, see, I don't necessarily know, because let's just go off the celebrity friends that I personally know she got, just because I listen to them talk. Like, okay, Jason Lee is, I mean, we can argue Jason Lee bigger than Tiffany Haddish on all forms. Charlamagne is 100 times bigger than Tiffany Haddish, because a lot of people, let's be real, a lot of people don't like Tiffany Haddish, or they don't think she's funny.
Yeah.
Like people liked her on Girls Trip, and nobody don't like her outside of Girls Trip. So I don't necessarily know, like, and you can tell at one point in time, yes, the industry was trying to push her in, but then you can kind of see like that
fucked up
window,
too much.
like, yeah, that window. I don't necessarily know if she messed up too much, but I just don't necessarily. No, but I'm just saying, I think, you know, sometimes you miss your window. Like if you don't capitalize on that window when they trying to open it, because they
had it to you.
like, all right, now it's just like, all right, bro, like, all right, you missed it. You had your opportunity, you missed that window. And I do think I know a lot of females who don't think Tiffany Haddish funny, and they like say, yeah. So I don't necessarily know, like, and I don't necessarily know, maybe, and that's why I kind of like, maybe that's what she may be going through. Like she may even feel like she missed the window. That opportunity was for her. Like, damn, I didn't really capitalize on the opportunity that I had. And, you know, you still got bills. You still, whoever your case may be. Like, I don't know. Like everybody don't necessarily
benefit.
No, everybody just don't kind of know how to deal with success not going in your favor no more. Like her that after Girls Trip, bro, that rocket was supposed to be going up, and it kind of like that rocket just fell completely back down. Let that junk load up, and we can close out with this last 30 minutes. Everybody. Oh, Jonathan Majors, Snoop Dogg, Doja Cat, Tamar, Braxton.
Big doves.
Everybody. God damn. You know what's so crazy? What was that? That 1 week when we was talking about Scoot Henderson, he literally came right back from the G League, like literally the next game. Whatever was that? I think that was last week sometime, or the week before that we was talking about him, and literally the very next game he was back playing. You ready?
Breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. And shake that ass for me. I was making it clap. I was going like a river. I was selling that ass. And I had left, right, throw that ass deep. You looking for some niggas who be sucking pussy ass over.
Hey, dog. I don't know if y'all been seeing a lot of these little ghetto Christmas carols going around, and people been sending them to me, but I be forgetting sometimes, like, so I don't feel like going through the DMs looking at it, but I'm gonna play them next week. But that was people was supposed to be caroling, all of them had their Christmas hats on, and they basically was pulling up singing sexy red songs like they was doing Christmas carols. Again, that's the world we live in. It's 2023, and I guess I'm sure like towards that week of Christmas, we can have an episode and we can kind of make our predictions, talking about who we think going to be around next year, who not, whatever the case may be, and just whatever music that we like towards the end of the year. I do want to. I don't know necessarily about I'm not too familiar with this world, but I do like this Tammy woman. I'm not too familiar with her, but I ain't gonna lie, she kind of tough. And I do like she having a little back and forth with Tamar Braxton, because it's just like, and I don't even know what my beef is with Tamar Braxton. Maybe I just don't like her just because it's just the way she carries herself.
Oh, she did the Fat Man?
Oh, that is probably where I originally know her from. Like her husband was a fat dude who was a producer or something, right?
Yeah. Vince.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now she with this white dude. That's why I don't like her. I couldn't remember why.
Let's get into it. So all I said was, hi. All I said was he had a nice suit. And from there, he was thirsty. He wanted to fly me out. What's wrong with me going to a game? What is wrong with the situation is that is your man, as you call it. That is your man. He knew it was a situation with me and you. And he was down. He was down to play op games. I wouldn't take nothing like that serious, my love. That ate my ass, and I sent him on his way. It wasn't the, I don't know, middle-class house that he lives in Atlanta. It wasn't the Bentleys, because I drive a Rolls Royce, that got me. It wasn't, I don't know, the slick part thing he got going on. It wasn't none of that. It was when he paid for the Waldorf in points, I knew that I could no longer play this game. So it was a one-night thing. He never. Let's get one thing, JR. You never want to play with me. You don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house. Not Mrs. Braxton. Not Mrs. Not Mrs. Singer with the sold out tour that JR also told me was flex. It was cap. It was she flexing. She don't have no sold out. Between me and you was his exact words. The tour not sold out. He said you was messy. He said you went back to your mother's house. He told me a lot of things that he shouldn't tell a stranger. I just met this man less than a week. Love, if that's your man, as you say, then you need to check him. You need to really check him and check your situation and really see if you're sleeping with the enemy or not. I am not your problem. I don't know. One thing.
Okay, so real quick, and I just want to tell you how messy women is. Yeah, no, it was crazy, but real quick, we can get into whatever we thought about it. One, that Tammy, I mean, this what's the Tommie lady? She look good as hell. And then two, dog, women, y'all so messy, bro. Ask me how many comments you think that thing got. Just take a guess. How many you think it got?
60.
40,000, 47,000. Dog. That's ridiculous, though. Like, just I want to go through something. I want to go on the Shade Room page real quick. I don't even want to look at it because I know it'll piss me off. But if we just go try to find something positive, it ain't gonna have that many, dog. It's not. 47,000 people, though. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's why sometimes I guess if you and for realistically for content creators, if you're listening to me right now, I don't know if you can have principles and morals in this business if we being honest. Because that's ridiculous, dog.
That is true.
Like you can't, like that's the sad thing, and I guess that's why you live in the times where it's like, bro, morals don't pay nobody bills, dog. Because I'm just looking at that like, dog, 47,000 people, dog, and 90% that's all women in their comment section. But again, like I said, just I guess they even have a real opinion on that situation. I ain't mad at old boy because he was basically all right. Well, they don't let me shoot my shot, and if women into the bread, but it's just like. You kind of was probably trying to trash your girl because dudes done it before. You realistically, you move on to the next girl and y'all having a conversation on, oh, why you on such and such ain't work out? And then you give, I've been there. I'm not about to act like I'm above the Mexican Dixon line. I've been there. Oh, why such and such and ain't work out? And then you pull your heart out. You tell it because for you, let's be real, you butthurt.
That's why you don't do that. Shit like that backfire. Go ahead.
It do. You absolutely right. But sometimes you get caught in the moment, though. Especially if you really in your feelings and if you actually like the girl that you broke up with, though, and it's the first, because guess what, 9 times out of 10, most men don't got no safe space, so you ain't got no homeboys you can get these emotions off with because you just don't. It's no safe space. So who your homeboy you gonna call and be like, dog, I just want to really vent to you. So if you ain't got no female homegirls, you ain't got no space to tell. So you have no space. So the first person to give you some play or give you an ear to vent to, guess what you do? Boom, you go vent to this person.
You got share the information that's kind of common or people already see. Like that shit right there. Oh, nigga, you was talking. You was pillow talking like a motherfucker.
Of course. But he was, I mean, he probably was hurt. He a white boy. Like, come on.
You was pillow talking like a motherfucker. You sent some information.
And then it's gonna be crazy because exactly. So now, because then guess what? And then Tamar gonna know that you really sit here and spill this tea because she probably like, yeah, people ain't supposed to know this information. So now she gonna really want to be like, oh, that, and you ate this girl with cheeks, you ate her butt out, and you ain't even cracked. Come on. Shout out to all the losers out here, whoever done that. You didn't ate some box or ate some butt and ain't get the crack. You are a loser. I'm sorry, my brother. You gotta put yourself in that loser category. But yeah, shout out to I ain't mad at old boy for trying his hand because the Tammy Jones, she definitely, if I'm comparing her to Tamar Braxton, she look way better than Tamar Braxton. I'm not gonna hold you. And she got her own money. She know how to finesse the internet. She know how to get the internet and the stir and to get the going. And the crazy thing is their beef started over this Tommie girl taking up for Krishan. Calling Tamar Braxton. Remember, she said Tamar Braxton was a clout chaser for even having Krishan even at her concert.
But didn't she like his picture or something like that? Or
yeah, that's what but that was all after. That was after she called her a clout chaser, and they then went and got into their little situation.
And that's when she liked the baby. I mean, the husband.
Mm-hmm. Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams changed his last name and took his wife's last name, and people felt some type of way about it.
I thought he been did that, or just resurfaced.
It must have just resurfaced. You might be right. I thought that story was old, but I think one of the blogs, sometimes when them slow news weeks, they'll just start picking up stories. Yeah, but I'm not gonna hold you. And I guess Ricky Williams' excuse for it was basically that last name is somebody else's last name anyway. The Williams last name. I think whoever adopted him or took him up as a I don't know if he was an orphan or whatever he was, but he basically was like that's not his real last name.
Oh, if that's not your real name, then I get it. But not as a man speaking, like
not as a man, but then
I get it. If like I said, if that's not even my last name, I don't have a last name, then fine, I take yours.
And can we be honest? Do you think Ricky Williams, as his name is Ricky Williams, do you think he really got any real legacy to his name? Because he kind of messed his whole career.
No, he has,
because even with his name, even his name got a little bit of smut on it when it comes to the weed stuff and how he even blew that contract. Him and Master P had him on that incentive contract.
Yeah, but I still think your name do still hold value because you ain't drop it. If you saying like that wasn't my my original name, you ain't dropping no time after you probably found out that that wasn't your real last name.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I ain't mad at him. If the backstory that he gave, where he said basically that last name really ain't his real last name, and it was from whoever adopted him, is cool. I get it. And then, like I said,
but if that was your real birth name, like that's your daddy, shit, that's some crazy wild shit. There.
But even if he thought about having kids, and if you kind of switch your name and you give your kids the new last name, they kind of get a fresh start. We kind of tying it into the light with the Bronny situation, like some of them kids where it's just like even for Marvin Harrison Jr., he kind of lucky that he coming up in the age where his dad was such a quiet player.
No, I mean the junior situation, yes, but you changing your name.
But I mean, realistically, it only count if you have kids, because you trying to add on to your legacy, or you don't want your legacy or your name to die down, or whatever the case may be. For some players, you get the blessing of, hey, my dad was old. Like I said, like for Marvin Harrison Jr., like. A lot of people don't even even when they talk about him, even when he was running up for the Heisman, or people saying that he could be the #1 draft pick, a lot of people don't really even talk about his dad, because his dad played in the era when it really wasn't so much social media, and he kind of was in that sweet middle spot where it was like right after Jerry Rice, and then it was kind of like in between that Randy Moss, T.O., Ocho Cinco. He's not as flashy as none of them. Realistically, he probably got better records and he got a championship. None of them don't got none. But Marvin Harrison kind of get to go up under the radar.
Clean cut,
played in the system with Peyton Manning and them. But hey, I'm a Hall of Famer, Super Bowler. But just think about it. His name really don't his son is a dog, but his father's name don't get brung up as much as like a Shador or whatever the case may be. Like he don't.
But I also think it's on the person too, because just like I said, Randy Moss had a son who played, but that was short lived. Yeah, he was somebody in college, but when he got to the Commanders, I don't even think he's still in the league no more.
Yeah, that's the gift. But I mean, that's sometimes, like I said, that's a different occurrence. It depends on how big
like he was big in one of them championship games. I forgot who he played with. Was it Clemson? It was one of them. What's that? He was a he was a good portion to them winning that national championship. So, I mean, I think it's I don't know. I see, but like you said, is Ricky Williams' name still holding? So, like, for you to change it, anything like
so that's what I'm saying. I don't think nobody cares. So that's my point. So that's kind of like it's clean. Like you don't feel no type of way. I don't have no real legacy between my name. Like I don't have to. Like I'm not Dion. I'm not.
I think it's just wild because you.
I mean, yeah, but if you put in a man situation to it, like, yeah, it's wild for a man to change his last name for
not
a
even
woman.
just a man situation, just seeing her and just like, damn. Nigga,
oh, yeah, I mean, bro, look at him though. He looked just as nuts as she do. Like,
that's why I said, yeah.
But I guess we don't got to stay too long on it since we in our last 30 minutes. Jonathan Major is a freaking nut job. He told his ex-white girlfriend, and this is coming up in the courtroom, and he might be in a tough situation because it's a text message that's coming up. And I think this is how the conversation came up with. The text was basically telling the girl, and it seemed like it's almost like he allegedly confessing to putting hands on her, to the point where she needed to go to the hospital. So he was basically telling her, through the text message, trying to coerce her not to go to the hospital because they're going to ask, how did you get these injuries? And for you to tell how you got these injuries, it's going to come out that obviously he put hands on her. So then that's how the same way with a conversation where he told this white woman that he wanted her to be more like Coretta Scott King, which is Martin Luther King's wife. And while real quick, just a quick little sidebar story. The crazy thing is when I heard this story about the lady trying to burn down Martin Luther King's house that he grew up in, I thought it was a white person who was doing this. This was a black woman. She got caught, for people who don't know what I'm talking about, she got caught red-handedly, literally. Like last week, right? Yeah, last week she was putting gasoline on the house. Like all over that, like on the porch or whatever, of course. And I think it was some off-duty. I think I want to say it was some, and this was in Atlanta, and they said it was some off-duty New York City police officers. They caught her and basically did a citizen arrest and held her until the Atlanta police came and locked her up. But anyway, going back into the Jonathan Major story, he said he wanted her to be, of course, like I said, while we got sidetracked real quick, like Martin Luther King's wife, Coretta Scott King, and like Michelle Obama. So of course, people see the picture.
Great women.
Yeah, great women, but people were just looking at it like, nigga, why you want this white woman to act like these black women? So some people played like, yeah, why y'all making everything a race thing?
Yeah, because it could mean
just good women.
I want you to stand.
Yeah, and I want you to hold me down like these good women.
Yeah.
But
So
I guess people was like,
because she is white.
That's what still made it. I made it a race thing. Yeah. Which was crazy though, because looking at her just like, bro, and then looking the way, and of course people was like, oh, that's why he always dressed like what they call it, a civil rights activist. Like, his outfits is ridiculous, bro. Like, come on, what are you doing? But again, cool. And I can't believe I almost let this go before the episode was over. Yeah, man, Diddy has lost 18 partnerships, 18 brands have stepped down from him.
Ain't gonna get no better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for two things. Of course, he's finito.
Somebody else I think the last lady that just she want to
she want to remain anonymous. Yeah, for sure. And then the crazy thing is, it's a Cassie friend. I think she posted up like an open letter to him and was just and telling like stories like where she has encountered him being violent, making like threats towards her. And this is a lady. She's big in the writing circle in the music business. I think her name Tiffany Red. I know her for a fact. I done listened to her a couple of times on the podcast. I was someone earlier who got the what's that boy name again? Megan Thee Stallion ex-boyfriend coming up. I've heard her do interviews on that show as well.
Lip Service?
Not the Lip Service, but the other one that I said that they got the jump. Yeah, that I be listening to. Yeah, so I mean, those things are coming out, and I'm kind of glad that these stories will come out. And I guess realistically, I always tell you this is just me, hopefully wishing when it comes just to the money thing. I think we just as a black community, we are so horrible at putting money over principles and morals, especially when it comes to dating, because we highlight so many of these things, like with these celebrities.
But we can't just say we as black people. I think it's everybody. Because
show me the example where you feel like white people do.
What you mean? For giving you to the rich, I mean to the high, to the athletes or to the men with the money, the law firms. Yes, I want you to date those type of guys.
No, yeah, but I think ours is just so, maybe ours is because ours is just so celebrity driven. Where it's not like, I'm not saying, oh yeah, people, yeah, of course you're absolutely right. I'm sure
like I'm sure
people
want,
where
they give you off to
No, that's crazy. Those stories are so crazy because it's just like I was, man, where was this dude from? I don't want to say he was from. I think he would say he was from Palestine, and he was saying he was dating this girl since like she was 19,
but they already had somebody pick for him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And he ended up saying something to the girl, and she got mad, and she ended up just like, "Why would you even tell me that?" Because I guess his mother didn't like her because she wasn't of their she wasn't Palestinian too, and she was just like he told the girl like how his mother felt, and she was like, "Well, why are you telling me this? Because that making me feel like that's how you really feel." And when he was telling me, I was like, "Damn, that's just crazy." Just how like just to add that in because they do in certain, but I guess theirs is more. It's just different. I guess every place got it different, but I guess only can speak on Black people because that's what I see, and I just see it's just so crazy how we just. Again, going into the Rick Ross thing, it's just that money situation, or even just with when the Tommie girl explaining that story, like it's just everything is always kind of tied into just money. Like everything got to do with just money. You praise money. You don't necessarily know how these people are. You dating people off of, you don't necessarily know how to, like, bro, look how people was praising Diddy. Just think about it. During earlier this year, Diddy and Carisha was relationship goals.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have relationship goals for somebody who was a dog. This man he's an abuser to the extent of every level of whatever you could call abuse is.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all because you're so infatuated with what the gifts he can buy.
Mm-hmm.
But those sometimes the question is those gifts going oops upside your head. Is they worth it?
Right. But to also play devil advocate, you could be on the other side like Will and Jada. You embarrassing me. Is that worth it too?
All of that is all his principles and morals. Does your morals have a price tag on it? I do want to play this clip of Snoop Dogg because he's again when we was talking about the Bobs early and we were just saying how people will be so pressed about the money situation, how people just love to brag on. I mean, not money. It was the numbers thing where people just always want to bring up numbers. Where is this? Here you go.
Times in my career where it got so bad where my accountant was like, we should just do bankruptcy. And my pride got involved. Like, fuck that. If I say bankruptcy, then I look like I fucked off everything. Yeah. But they would start telling me about, well, this artist did it and this person did it. I say none of them motherfuckers Black. Times in my career where
that wasn't the clip I was looking for. I thought it was the clip where he was sitting here saying, and real quick, I do want to touch on that, but I thought that was a clip where he said he had 1 billion streams and he was only getting a royalty check for $45,000, which was crazy. And that's what everybody that facial expression you just made that was like where everybody was saying like, dog, it's got to be something wrong with your contract because there's no way in hell you got 1 billion streams and you only getting a $40,000 check.
I mean, I can believe it.
No, yeah, if your contract is messed up, you can believe it. But even if that number spread that they showed out, that 1 billion streams is worth more than $45,000.
But if he just buy back his masters and stuff like that? Did he just
a minute ago? He didn't have it for a couple years.
He had it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But let's say even that they probably not worth what they were back. I can believe it.
No, but you missing what you missing what he's saying though is he still got it has to be some type of contract. It's not they still doing the numbers if he got 1 billion streams.
Right. No, he's still doing numbers, but I think they probably still wherever he probably signed that. Like if it was probably an updated contract and he said
so, let's say he might got his masters back, but his publishing may still be screwed up. Where he may not get his percentage of his publishing might just not be right.
And what if he didn't update his contract where we only counting the physical, not streaming?
I mean, I don't necessarily know how it is or what it was, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hold you.
That is wild.
And this is another thing about just even with the Offset and Cardi B thing. Did you hear their jump with their kid when they did the Baby Shock voiceovers? Man, he smoked that jump. But that's not like, no, that's what I'm saying. You can't cheat on that. And I mean, of course, we don't know the real reason why they breaking up because they didn't nobody ain't come out and say why, but it's just like, there's some stuff you just can't mess up. Like, bro, that business wise, that ain't even smart. Like, bro, y'all had a Baby Shock. Y'all doing voiceover for Baby Shock. Oh, you know what type of bread I'm sure they got paid for that? It's you, your wife, and your kid, dog. Like, come on, what are we talking about?
Oh, well, not just.
Wait, they're 2 kids that they got together. Like, come on, dog. Like, come on, bro. It's like certain stuff just don't even make sense. And shout out to Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, I'm not gonna hold you. This is like the second time in like less than like 2 months, you keep coming out crying about old deals or what money you ain't supposed to get or you didn't get on these contracts, bro. That's your fault. Who fault is that? That's yours.
But I think that's also the system getting over too.
Is it?
No, because like even that Hustle and Flow, when he explained that, like he didn't get paid for that because they used the character's name as that song. And
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, that's for the music part. He feel like he got finesse. I mean, which he did, but I'm talking about even just for he complaining about he didn't get the proper pay for Empire. I mean, for what was that Empire? Like, dog, you gotta take the blame for some of this stuff.
Yes, you gotta take the blame for it, but then it's also like it's you going out on a limb. I didn't think that this show was gonna be that big.
So absolutely, and that's what me and the homegirl was talking about that when it came down to the Hustle and Flow. When he took that 12,000 because you didn't think that movie was gonna be as big as it ended up becoming.
Hustle and Flow realistic was a low budget,
of course, but then they end up winning awards for it and it become a iconic movie, and the 3 6 Mafia got their first Oscar for the soundtrack and all that. So you didn't see the vision. Say that, but you can't sit here and years later and be complaining and be upset because you sounded bad. No, just sit here and be honest and say, hey, I didn't have the vision for this movie. I didn't think that movie was gonna blow up as much as it did. So I took some short end on the back end because I didn't think it was gonna be nothing.
Even at that time, it wasn't like, and I don't even think artists was really doing that. Putting their actual name.
Hell no, I don't even think Terrence Howard was as big as he is now. Like I feel like he got popular because of Hustle and Flow.
I feel like that might have been like the first because when you think about all them songs, I don't think who really like. Cause see, I don't know about that. What's that one that Outkast was in? Idlewild. That movie.
Oh yeah. That was a big album.
So I don't know. I don't know what their name was. If their name was Outkast or was it?
Yeah, I can't remember. Real quick, just so we can run through some of these topics. Did we talk about Ruby Rose in the 90,000 the other week? Oh, I can't remember. I know we talked about it, but I couldn't remember we talked about that. Or the dude paying.
I think we did talk about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. If we didn't, just to refresh people's memory. We did talk about the dude paying that bread because we was like, is that tricking or whatever? Yeah, 90,000 for somebody OnlyFans is ridiculous. We did talk about it. Now I'm trying to remember. We did. So we ain't got to go back into that one. Deion Sanders, I know we did miss that conversation last week. How I don't necessarily, and I guess this is just a conversation or question, just asking the female listeners. Deion Sanders and his now ex-fiance, I don't know how long they were engaged for, but they said they've been together for 12 years. So being with somebody for 12 years, and that was one of Charleston White's, I said Charleston White beef when he was saying, dog, Deion been divorced like 3 or 4 times already. Y'all trying to follow a man who can't keep a wife.
That's foul. That's crazy.
No, that's ridiculous, dog.
That's foul and it's crazy.
So now, and the lady did come out and say that she was the one who asked for the breakup and called the relationship off. I'm just trying to imagine, dog, being in a relationship for 12 years and y'all never got married. And I don't necessarily know how long they was doing the fiance situation, but that's a long time, dog. And then you got to think about it as a coach, and like even
somebody just did that too.
That's how long, but you got to think about it, even as a coach, and just because even the way he explained it, like for some games, he was sleeping the night before in the arena.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how long because you got to get and get recruits and all this other stuff. So you got to fly around and because you Deion Sanders, you got to come and knock on these people.
That's probably why she wanted to leave.
Yeah, that one get tricky because that one is crazy, and I don't necessarily know if I'm somebody. I'm not. We can't be boyfriend.
Because right, if you telling me
if
she said she was dealing with him for 12 years, we talking about Deion back then.
Yeah, so when she originally got with him, he was nothing. He was just on TV. That was
he
it.
was on TV just doing the
little family stuff and maybe like talking here and there. He wasn't
and the NFL Network type.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't coaching.
And he ain't home. Yeah, I get it.
And that could put a strain on the relationship. And I'm sure, and realistically, I'm sure if he had to get his foot amputated, I'm gonna go out on a limb, no shade to Deion. I'm sure his wood don't get as hard paws as much as it used to.
Wow.
I mean, dog, if you got to get a toe amputated, nigga, we talking about that's diabetes stuff. You know what come with diabetes? That ED.
Sorry to hear that.
Do your research, ladies and gentlemen. I don't feel like that was too strong. Okay, real quick. I guess the last topic before we leave out of here was Doja Cat versus Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj went on her again. Like I said, she not celebrating her album like she should be. She was causing drama, getting up on the blogs where she basically sit here and said that she wanted artists to get on the Cowgirl song or Reverse Cowgirl, whatever that song is called, and people assumed that it was Doja Cat that she was talking about because she said that the girl didn't want to do the verse because she thought that her and Nicki had beef.
crazy.
So she turned it down, and then people was like, "Oh, remember when we talked about it on that song where I forgot what song was it? Paint the Town Red, where she basically sounded like she was dissing Nicki Minaj when she was saying like I don't need to link up and I don't need no new sons or whatever the case may be. Oh, whatever that it was either Paint the Town Red or it was the Demon song. I can't remember one of them, but it sounded like if you listen to which one of those songs it was, you can clear as day. It sounded like she was dissing Nicki Minaj on that song. So that's why people put two and two together and was like, oh yeah, then she was talking about Nicki, and that's why she didn't do it. But realistically, she was at a tour. By the time y'all see this now, it probably the video will be floating around on the blogs where you'll see Doja Cat. She painted that what's that song called? Say Yeah or whatever it was, the song that she wanted Nicki to get on, and Nicki didn't get on it. And she basically performed the song and told Nicki, hey, I still love you. I love you, Nicki Minaj, or whatever the case may be. Because I'm sure, Doja Cat is an internet baby. Like, she be on internet heavy. So she's seen those rumors going around. So she probably wanted to, even if she didn't, if it wasn't her, or even if there was miscommunication between them two, she probably wanted to clear the air. Because, a lot of those girls, I'm sure, even with Latto, I'm sure a lot of them realistically, yeah, we done had our words, we done sparred, but realistically, I'm sure they all will want to get past it because they were originally fans of hers. And I'm sure if you're a fan of anybody, you don't necessarily want to be beefing with the people that you were actually fans of at one time. So like I said, if y'all haven't already heard Pink Friday 2, like I said earlier in the episode, I give it a strong 7.5 out of 10. It was a cool album. If you like Nicki Minaj, I'm sure it will be a few songs on there that you will like. Give it a listen, whatever the case may be. We here each and every Tuesday. I feel like we kind of got all the topics. I don't think we missed.
Is this inappropriate? Like, I'm starting to see a lot of these. Is that worse than like the little see-through shit?
She got clothes on?
Yeah, so it's different joints. That's an actual, like, it's somebody else's body, not their body. So is that like bad when like wearing the see-through? Keep going. I think like Nene Leaks. There's a couple people. I've been seeing them dresses come around.
This Young Miami don't look like she damn near naked.
That's not Young Miami. Ain't this Ari?
Oh, that's Ari. My bad. Damn, they look so much alike. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. They look naked. Yeah, this is somebody else's body, but it looked like, yeah, Ari. That don't fit Ari differently though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think Ari.
Yeah, all of them is cool, but this Ari don't look like she damn near butt
Ari,
naked.
I don't think she got the same one as them. She got a light version.
Yeah, that joint crazy. That Ari joint crazy. Like, though, as a man dating a woman that gotta go out like, you gotta be a super secure man, dog.
But is that like wearing a see-through?
Yeah, you basically walking around naked. That Ari don't look like she naked. That's why I get
I get the Ari one, but I'm talking about the rest of them.
The rest of them is okay. Like, I could probably tolerate the rest of them. But that Ari joint is crazy, though.
Yeah, because they look too much like.
Yeah, like that look like that's why I'm like, damn, what the hell am I looking at? I'm like, is she just naked? Like, Jesus Christ. It literally looked like nothing was covering her up besides the emoji. Like, yeah, that was OC. Like, dog, shout out to Moneybag, yo, bro. I'm not gonna. You are a confident man, though. You got a lot.
You would stay in a 12-year relationship with her.
If I was who, just a regular dude?
Yeah.
Shit, I would wife her. Nigga, she a breadwinner.
No, I'm saying like you wouldn't be like how you said, how could she be a fiance? You would, if she says she ain't ready to get married, you.
Oh, just me. Like, if I'm dealing with a woman and she just don't want to get married, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, though. We got that conversation. We would have to break down what the real logistics of our relationship is, like how our day-to-day actually really going on. Is this a real relationship or this is just some
bullshit?
Yeah, basically.
I got you.
Shout out to Yo Gotti. I'm proud of him. He's staying strong in this one. It don't look like he's not trying to fumble the ball. And I kind of respect that he even allowing Angela Simmons to kind of like post her little half naked bikini picture. Because realistically, her brand, and I was even telling Top that her brand is kind of that whole natural body thing. So it's like you kind of can't make her shun away from her brand she's trying to build for herself, because she is one of those people that everybody kind of like root for her, especially in her natural stage.
She ain't natural no more.
Oh, you going off of that last picture you just seen?
Hell yeah.
But go to her Insta story and look at her working out.
I've seen her working out. She's been working out for a long time, though. She had a mom body. She ain't got no.
No, you got the video I just seen today. She still looked like the same person. I feel like that one picture that's floating around right now, I feel like it was just a good angle.
Okay, maybe I got to see, because she ain't look like my mom. Yeah, because that joy,
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but this, I'm gonna show you the video now. Damn. Yeah, I seen that video, but this showing her story, she still look.
Got a little gut.
She more than like that, man. Her arms and everything still look regular as shit.
Yeah. No, yeah, in that video, yes. But that picture, the picture.
Yeah, no, that picture. Yeah, that picture. No. That's what I said. I think you'll just look at it. Yeah, that picture just look at her waist super small and all that. That should just look like a good edit.
At the end of the day, I can't control what no grown man do. Can't control what no grown adult does. All I can do is control the things I can control, lock in on myself, lock in on my teammates, coaches, and everybody with the Pelicans, the city, and try to win.
Do you think what Barkley and Shaq said last week, like, do you view that as a legitimate critique?
And what exactly did they say?
I mean, essentially it was like both those guys said we struggled with some conditioning stuff early in our career, and like that got better, and we see that in this game a little bit too.
If it comes from a great place and a place where they just want to see me do better, thank you. But if it comes from anywhere else, everybody entitled to their own opinion. Can't